Hello, everybody. Anton Kraly here, and welcome to the webinar. If you can hear me right now, can you just give me a number 3 in the chat box? You should see a little chat window towards the bottom right of your screen. Just type number 3 in there if you can hear me. And okay, I see 3's coming through. Good, I got the audio figured out. And yeah, welcome. I'm excited to have you here, and we are going to get right into today's presentation. I know you're here for a reason. I want to be totally respectful of your time, and I want to make sure you get nothing but value while we're here together today. So the name of this presentation is How to Start a Hyper Profitable Business Without Prior Knowledge or Experience. And specifically, we're going to be talking about how to pick a niche, find suppliers, build a website, and get customers in only 21 days. And that might sound super fast, especially if you're new, but it's not going to be because of guesswork. It's not going to be because you're getting lucky. It's because you're going to be following a proven business system that I've been developing for over a decade now. Also, I do want to call attention to the fact that we are building a hyper profitable business here. We're going to get into the specifics of that as we get into the presentation, but this isn't about trying to make a few bucks here or there. This is about trying to build a real lasting business that actually has great returns for your time. Now, for those of you that are brand new here, you're not familiar with Dropship Lifestyle or myself, let me take a quick minute to make an introduction. This is a photo of me on the screen right here. My name is Anton Kraly, and if you Google me, you'll see I'm probably best known for originally turning a $29 investment into a $1.8 million per year business in less than 3 years. That's how I started way back in 2007. Since then, I've grown multiple e-commerce brands to over 8 figures in sales, and I've also had the pleasure of coaching hundreds of successful entrepreneurs to wealth and to freedom. Now, I've done that through the Dropship Lifestyle Coaching Program, which is my company that I am bringing you this presentation from right now. Now, let me know, guys, I'm currently based just north of Charlotte in North Carolina, but I'm curious where everybody is calling in from. You should see, again, on the bottom right of your screen, a chat box. Let me know in there where you are joining us from today. And let me see, I see we have Thomas is from Austin. Nice, I was based in Austin for a few years. Okay, we have Susan is in the UK. Nice, all right. Okay, we have John is out in Alberta. Oh, nice, up in Canada. We have Chris is calling in from New Zealand. Okay, I see we have Los Angeles. We have New York. Nice. I'm born and raised in New York. I grew up in Long Island and actually went to school upstate at the University at Albany. And yeah, that wasn't that helpful, but I had a great time there at least. Cool. So we also have Florida. We have Texas. Nice. I love it. So awesome, guys. I'm happy you're here. And this is the beauty, right, of the internet. I could be just north of Charlotte and you could be anywhere in the world and we can come together and have this session. So awesome. Thank you again for being here. Also, I'll give you a little bit of a history of my company, Dropship Lifestyle, so you know you're learning from a source actually worth listening to. The photos you see on the screen right now on the left are from some different live events we've done. We do an annual event for Dropship Lifestyle that I call a retreat, where we meet in different areas all over the world. These are optional, of course, but our members like to come because they're a great time. We've done them in Thailand. We've done them in Bali. We've done them in Hawaii, in Mexico, in Prague, and this year we're actually going to Portugal. So Dropship Lifestyle, I started this company in 2013 when I was living in Chiang Mai in northern Thailand, kind of doing the whole digital nomad thing. And Dropship Lifestyle is an award-winning online coaching program. We were actually voted best e-commerce course by Shopify. This is the only single time they've ever had an award and actually announced who is the best e-commerce course, and that's us. So again, you're based in the right place. We also have a private coaching and done for you service. I know I had the survey that you could have filled out after you registered for this webinar, and a lot of people were asking about a done for you option. Again, we do have that. We could talk about that later. At this point, Dropship Lifestyle has over 10,000 members from countries all over the world. So yes, this works no matter where you're from. And like I mentioned, we've done 6 annual retreats all around the world. And over the years, we have documented thousands of success stories from our members. Again, people from from all different backgrounds, all different countries, all different experience levels. They've been able to see results with Dropship Lifestyle, which is why Shopify voted us best e-commerce course. So again, you're in the right place. You are learning from the authority when it comes to building an online store. And if that's not enough to get you excited for this presentation, I just do want to confirm again that I'm going to be showing you how to earn $300 or more per sale drop shipping on Shopify in only 21 days. And this presentation right now that you are in is the same exact presentation that started off many of our most successful members. This right here on the screen is a photo from the last retreat that we had. This is from our final party that was out in Prague in the Czech Republic, where our members came together and just had a great time for 3 days of networking, learning, and fun. And as you can see, yeah, everybody's having a good time, and it's a mix of all different types of people. And this is actually me in the middle there. I know it's kind of dark because this was like in the middle of the night after a lot of partying, but this is all very real. All of our members' results are real. The fact that our members fly around the world to meet up and have these hangouts is real. And, you know, this presentation, again, is the starting point. I want to show you this too before we get into it, which is a screenshot I just got from one of our members in Facebook Messenger. And he messaged me and said, had my first 6-figure month back in September. Looking forward to break it this month with a strong finish. Really can't thank you enough. And then I just said, that's awesome, but you did all the hard work. And I love what he said back, which was never quit, always learn. I love that. That is the right mindset. That is how our members get results. It's not magic. It's me giving you a system, you executing on that, never giving up, and always learning, always asking questions if you get stuck. So please, throughout this presentation, just like all of our most successful members did, if you ever get stuck, use that chat box. We are here to help. My team is in there right now to answer your questions as you have them. Now, let me talk about what we're going to cover in this presentation. I want to get into the specifics so you have an itinerary and you know exactly what you're going to be getting out of this. The first thing is the Dropship Lifestyle business model. I want to show you exactly what it is so we're on the same page here. Then I'm going to show you how to earn $300 or more per sale dropshipping on Shopify. After that, I'm going to show you how to find profitable products to sell online, and it's probably not what you think. After that, I'm going to show you the best suppliers to profit with. I do not want you to get yourself in a situation where you have some really, C-level suppliers that there's just no money to be made with. So we're going to cover that. After that, I'm going to show you how to compete with Amazon. And yes, it's possible. Then I'm going to show you my new favorite and most profitable traffic source. From there, I'm going to show you what the future of dropshipping looks like, my predictions for 2020 and beyond. Then I'm going to show you how to make your first sale within 21 days. And finally, we are going to have a Q&A where you can ask any questions that you have, and I will be here to answer you. I also wanted to do something special for everybody that stays until the end. And I know I talk kind of fast. That's the New Yorkness in me, but I wanted to make sure that you're not struggling to try to take notes through the whole presentation and then actually miss something because you're trying to write something down. So what I'm going to do at the end of the presentation is give you a special workbook that contains an action plan that you can use for getting started fast. It's also going to contain notes of everything that we're going to discuss on this presentation. And it's also going to have links in there to different templates and spreadsheets that I referenced throughout this presentation. This thing is 53 pages long. And again, it's yours for free as an extra bonus. And I'll give it to you at the end of this presentation when we are wrapping up. So don't worry about keeping up with notes throughout the whole thing. Just focus on what I'm saying so you can get the best results. Now, I want to also talk about who this presentation is for, because in that survey that I had after you registered for this webinar, I realized we had a lot of different people with different experience levels that registered. So if you're here right now and you are a total beginner, you're just getting started and you're looking to find entrepreneurial success fast, then you're in the right place because you're getting my proven frameworks. You can eliminate the guesswork. You can go right to what works. So if you're new, don't worry, you're in in the right place. But I also saw, based on that survey, that we have experienced people here that are simply looking for a better way, people that are looking to earn more money while doing less work. And this is called dropship lifestyle for a reason. So let me assure you that even if you're here with experience, you're going to get some major takeaways and breakthroughs that are going to show you how to better use your time and resources so that you earn more money for the work that you put into a business. Everything we do in our businesses and everything I teach you in Dropship Lifestyle is focused on doing the work that will get us the best return, the smallest inputs for the biggest outputs. So whether you're brand new or whether you're already selling online, you are going to learn a ton from this presentation. So if you're the person that's trying to figure things out, or if you're the person that's already pulling your hair out because you just can't get this whole online business thing to click, by the end of this presentation and by the time you go through my trainings, you will be the guy or the girl that finally figures this out and that can actually run a profitable online business without the headaches. Now, with that being said, I do want to go through some house rules for this webinar. And if you follow anything I do, you already know this about me, but if you're new, just want to make sure, again, we're on the same page. Everything that I'm going to talk about today is not about getting rich quick. Okay. We build real businesses that we're proud of, and that's what I'm going to show you how to build as well. Also, this is not a push button system. Again, I'm giving you frameworks and I'm giving you templates that you will use, but it doesn't mean you click one thing and your bank account blows up tomorrow in a good way, right? It means I'm giving you systems you can use that get results, but only if you use them. So this is for people that really want this. This is for people that know the true path to success is building. Also, I'm going to be sharing case studies and testimonials throughout this presentation, and everyone you're going to hear about today is successful because they're a hardworking entrepreneur who did the work and followed my dropship lifestyle system. And just like them, the results that you get from this are entirely up to you. So I want to make this interactive and I want to gauge where everybody's at so I can determine where to spend the most time on this call. So you should see a survey pop up in the right of your screen right now. And I want to know what challenges you have faced with dropshipping. So you'll see the options are either finding products to sell, creating an online store, getting traffic and sales, becoming profitable, and lack of quality mentorship and a support system. So choose whichever you have struggled with yourself. And if you're brand new, it would be most likely lack of quality mentorship and a support system or finding products. Also, as you're filling that out, the becoming profitable, the reason I have that there is because so many people I've spoken to over the years build online businesses and then they start to get sales, but there's never any money left in the bank at the end of the month, right? They're not able to make it profitable. Their profit margins aren't big enough. Their expenses are too high. They have bad products. They have bad suppliers. They spend too much on traffic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if that's you, you'll want to choose becoming profitable. But go ahead and choose which challenges you have faced. And again, that will help me kind of custom tailor this presentation and know where to spend my time. So let me see here. It looks like everybody, almost everybody has submitted an answer. So let me pull up the results here and I'll share them with you. And okay, cool. It looks like 71% had said getting traffic and sales, followed by 70% saying finding products to sell, followed by 50% for lack of quality mentorship and a support system. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I'll use this information as we progress through this presentation. And I think this is important too, because everybody that thinks, this is just easy right out of the gate and it's going to be successful from day one, that's really not how things work when you're brand new. And with me, people hear my story now and they're like, oh, Anton has it easy. But listen, I didn't, right? My very first product I ever sold online, it's what you're looking at right on the screen. I literally started by selling cookies online. And before I sold them online, I started by selling them out of the back of a truck. So let me take you back quickly to 2006, just got out of school, again, SUNY Albany. And I was looking for a business I could buy. Didn't have much money. I had the money I had saved up from working construction jobs and landscaping jobs and selling Christmas trees in the winter. And I had about $25,000 saved up. And I spent all of that to buy a delivery route for a bakery in Brooklyn, New York. And what I got for my $25,000 investment was an old truck and the rights to sell these cookies from this bakery in Nassau County, which is a territory on Long Island. So I bought this thing, invested my life savings, and my plan was to build it up and then flip it, right? Build it up to the point where it was worth maybe $50,000, then sell it, then reinvest that money into a bigger business, and so on and so on. But what happened is after a few weeks of me actually running this business, this delivery business, I realized I hated it and I did not want to do it and I did not see potential in it, but I didn't have an out because all my money was there. I couldn't just try to sell it to somebody else. I would have lost a ton of money and a ton of respect from my family and my friends. So I did get lucky here, and I read a book that talked about e-commerce. Probably a chapter or two on building an e-commerce store and running AdWords, Google AdWords. But I thought, okay, what do I have to lose, right? I have this connection to a bakery. I have these cookies. Let me build a website and try to sell them online. So I spent about a weekend, built a website that cost me $29 to build. And guess which thing sold more product? The delivery route, where I was driving into Brooklyn every day, driving to grocery stores every day, trying to sell these things wholesale, or my little tiny website that I built in a weekend for $29. $25,000 investment versus $29. So yeah, I see everybody saying the website. Yeah, it didn't take long at all. Within a couple of weeks, that little tiny website that I built was making me a lot more money than that delivery route. Not only that, I didn't have to drive to Brooklyn anymore. The bakery was shipping orders for me. So I can literally stay in my apartment in Long Beach, New York. I could run ads, I could manage orders, and I was making more money than I would have made dealing with these store managers and sitting in traffic. And this is when I got hooked. This is when I became obsessed with e-commerce. And I thought, you know what? Forget this flipping business thing. I'm going all in on e-commerce. And I started to build more and more and more stores. The only problem back then, since I was brand new, is that I was working harder, but I wasn't working smarter. I didn't know why things were working. I just thought, oh, I can just keep repeating this. And guess what? That's not the way to do business. So I could definitely say over the years, I've done a lot of things right, but I've also done a lot of things wrong. And I discovered how to be extremely profitable, hyper profitable with e-commerce the hard way. And you, by being here today on this presentation, just like our other members, you get to cheat and you get the easy way. So if you're excited about that, type easy way in the chat box and let me know, because again, this is what I wish I knew when I was first starting out. And I see a lot of people saying easy way. So good. You get it. You're in the right spot. So let's talk about my goal for you on this call. First off, I want to show you how easy and fast it is to create a new income with no experience, no huge budget, and no spare time. You do not have to quit your job to do this. You do not need to take out loans to do this. I also want to show you why my dropship lifestyle system is the absolute quickest path to building an online business that actually produces real results. Not making a couple bucks here and there, not having a store that's hot for a minute, but building a business that can last, a legacy business. So with that being said, let's get into the first point that I want to cover, which is the dropship lifestyle business model and how we are different. So with the dropship lifestyle model, our goal is always to make small investments for big returns. So I don't care if you're watching this right now and you have $2,000 in the bank, or if you have $2 million in the bank. The goal when you're building a business with us is to put in the smallest amount of capital that can give you the biggest returns and to grow that way. These are truly bootstrap stores because there's no reason to waste any money or time when it comes to business or life. Another thing that's unique about us is that we build niche specific stores. We don't try to sell everything under the sun. Instead, we pick highly profitable niches and we build stores around them. Another thing that's important about us is that we sell what I call OPP. We sell other people's products, specifically other brands' products that already have people searching for them, that already have people buying them. It's also important important to note that we are authorized retailers for these brands. So we don't just try to sell people's products without permission. In fact, the exact opposite is true. We form relationships with brands and they authorize us to sell their products. We have a genuine business relationship. And as you're going to see, a lot of what we do is based around these relationships. We also build online stores using simple tools, also tools that are inexpensive. So we're not trying to become programmers or coders, and we don't need technical degrees to make this work. Instead, we use simple tools that anybody can figure out, and we use them to power our businesses. We also use paid traffic to get sales fast. Yes, we also get traffic organically and we get sales that way, but the real name of the game here is to dominate paid traffic and be able to get an instant return on your marketing costs. So we're going to talk about that as well. We also use automations, and because of these automations that we leverage, we're able to manage each business in about 15 to 30 minutes per day. This is what I call semi-automated. So it's never hands off, I don't touch anything and I get rich, but we're able to leverage technologies so where we do not have to spend every waking hour at the computer. Now, another amazing thing about the dropship lifestyle model is that we can work from anywhere with an internet connection. I've lived for years in Southeast Asia. I did about a half a year in South America. I've lived all over the United States. And the whole time, my businesses have been growing because all I need and all you will need is internet and a laptop, and you will be good to go. Now, the mission of Dropship Lifestyle is to empower freedom through entrepreneurship. This is what I've been able to get for myself through e-commerce, and this is what I want to share with you in this presentation and in all of my programs at Dropship Lifestyle. I want you to have the freedom to choose when you work and from where you work because you have a real business. Now, let me give you a high-level overview of how dropshipping works, kind of dropshipping 101. So I put together this simple diagram, and it starts on the left where the customer orders from you. So with our business model, the customer is actually going to your website and they're placing an order. When they do that, the money goes into your bank account. After that, you place the order from your supplier and you pay a wholesale cost. Your supplier then ships the item directly to your customer. So you never see the product, you never touch the product, but you get the money from the customer and then you buy the item wholesale from your supplier, who again will then ship it direct to your customer. So let's plug in an actual item here so we can see real numbers. And you'll see in the top left of the screen, we have a stand-up paddleboard. And let's just say that the average order value was $1,000. So in that case, the customer would go to your website, they would pay you $1,000, it goes to your bank. Then let's say your cost to your supplier, including shipping, is $600. You pay your supplier $600. That means in this scenario, you would be left with $400 net profit that stays in your bank account. So to break this down into the 7 steps that we use every single time we launch a new business, step 1 is we choose a niche. So what type of products are we going to sell? Step 2 is we find what I call future competitors. These are the businesses that are already out there selling what we want to sell. Step 3 is creating your online store. We're not selling on anybody else's platform. We're building our own stores. From there, we get approved with suppliers. Remember, we're becoming authorized retailers. We're making real relationships with these suppliers. After that, we optimize our websites for conversions so that people will actually buy from them when they find us. Step 6 is getting traffic so people can actually visit our websites. And then step 7 is outsourcing and automating to get it to the point that we can run profitable stores in 15 to 30 minutes per day. That is the dropship lifestyle system. And as you can see, step 1 is choosing a niche. It all starts there. That's the backbone of the business. And remember, we're trying to pick niches where we can put in the smallest investment for the biggest return. So the products that we're going to sell have to be priced right. So that's why this is like something you must pay attention to. And it is how to earn $300 or more per sale dropshipping on Shopify. Before we move forward, let me ask, does everybody here know what Shopify is? if you know what Shopify is, let's do this. Just write the word Shopify in the chat box. And if you don't, you can just give me the letter N for no. And let's see. Okay, I see a lot of Shopify's coming in. That's good. But I also see some N's. So let me just quickly describe this. Shopify is a platform that allows us to build our e-commerce stores. So it's a service that we use. Over 800,000 stores use them. They're hands down the best e-commerce platform. But what they allow you to do is basically use a drag and drop builder to make your online store. They also allow you to add products for sale on Shopify. But when people see them, they'll be on yourwebsite.com, whatever domain name we choose together. And what they also allow you to do is accept money for the products. So when people go to your online store and they buy something, whether they use a credit card or a debit card, Shopify acts as the merchant account. So they allow the customers to pay and then they deposit that money into your bank account. So think of them as the platform that hosts your business. There's other platforms out there. I'm not even going to get into them because I've tried them all, and Shopify is hands down the best. But that's what Shopify is for everybody that didn't know yet. Now, with that being said, let's get back to this and talk about what makes a great niche. You don't just want an okay niche. You don't want a good niche. You want a great niche. So the criteria that we look for with the dropship lifestyle business model, the first thing is a high price point. And I want it to be $200 or more, ideally more. On our stores, the average order value is $1,000 plus, and that's ideally where I want you to be as well. And the reason is because every time that we get a sale, we want to actually make some real money. We don't want to get sales on our stores where we make $3 profit, right? Yeah, it's cool. You made a few bucks, but we want to make at least $50 net profit every time somebody buys from us. And again, ideally make $500, $700, $1,000. And the only way to do that is to be at a high price point. So minimum 200, ideally higher. The second piece of criteria that we look for is, does this niche appeal to the upper middle class? And the way I define that is a combined household income of $100,000 or more. And the third thing that we look for is a niche that has no brand loyalty, meaning a niche where the customer doesn't already have a brand go-to installed in their head, like, okay, I want to buy a tablet, I'm going to buy an iPad. We don't want something like that. We want to sell products where customers don't really care what brand makes it. They're not looking for one or two major brands and that's it. So let me just show this a different way, right? Let's just say I was right now some billionaire and I owned a whole bunch of retail stores. And I said, you know what? I'm bored of all these stores. I'm going to do a giveaway. And right now I'm going to give you one of my stores. You can choose which one you want. You can either have my Dollar Tree, which is a dollar store, or you can have one of my Design Within Reach stores, which sells high-end furniture, designer furniture. So which store would you rather have? Again, it's the same to you, no cost. I'm just going to give it to you. And let me know in the chat box. You could say Dollar Tree or say Design Within Reach. Okay. A couple of people said Dollar Tree, which I'm surprised, but we do have most people saying DWR, Design Within Reach, which good. You're catching on already. But yeah, listen, this is why this is so important. If I was giving you a store, that's the same as me helping you build a store, right? It's the same amount of work, whether you were to take my dollar store or take my Design Within Reach. And it's the same amount of work if you're going to build an online store selling dollar products or selling high-end furniture, for example. So let me show this a different way. I made this chart for you here that's comparing different types of products. It's comparing low-ticket products and then more expensive ones. So you'll see on the left, we have a cell phone case. And then under that, we have a fabric sofa. So the average sale price, meaning what the customer would pay for a cell phone case, is $10. And for a three-seater sofa like this, it's about $1,000. Now, with Dropship Lifestyle and our system, the average profit margin is about 30%, meaning you would keep about 30% of your gross revenue, your total sales. That means your profit per sale on a cell phone case would be $3. So you keep $3 profit, but for the sofa, you would keep $300 profit for doing the same amount of work. The time it takes you to build a cell phone case store or a fabric sofa store is the same amount of time. The time it takes you to set up ads and marketing for each store is the same. The time it takes you to process an order is the same, but the results are entirely different. The low ticket model is the one that's going to make you pull your hair out, wonder why you're even doing this and why you're getting sales and not making money. And the dropship lifestyle system is the one that's going to help you to think, wow, I feel like I'm barely doing any work. I'm working about 30 minutes per day and I'm actually making legitimate money with this business. Okay, so hope this makes it clear. But let's take this even further and talk about the math behind earning $300 a day. And I don't know, I had to include this little cartoon guy up in the top corner. Does anybody know who this is in the top left corner? Somebody says that's you? No. I'm not Asian. I have an Asian wife, but I'm not Asian. No, that's Andrew Yang. He's a presidential candidate, but what I like his slogan. It's one word. His slogan's math. So I just wanted to throw that up there. And yeah, somebody says Yang Gang. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to vote for him, but I like his I like that he's different. But yeah, let's just get back to this, okay? And let's talk about if we only got $1,000 in sales, that would mean on average that we would have $300 in profit, okay? So $1,000 in revenue equals $300 that we get to keep. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you is our conversion rate. And typically on our stores, for every 100 visitors, targeted visitors, we have a 2.5% conversion rate. That means if 100 people visit your store, 2.5 of them will place an order. And what that means is you only need 43 website visitors per day to earn $300 per day. Okay, that's it. 43 people is not many at all. And for all of you that are thinking, this sounds great, but I want to make more than $300 a day, well, let's do the math. If we double this and we have 86 visitors a day and we get 2 sales a day at an average price point of $1,000, that means we make $600 net profit per day. And that means if we can get 129 targeted visitors to our stores every day and we get 3 orders, that's $900 profit per day. And this is real. This is why our students have amazing results. This is why this business model simply works. It's because we're not doing $27 in sales and making $9. It's because we're doing $2,700 and making $900. This is a very real business, and this is why it is hyper profitable. But let's go back to that second key point that makes up great niches, and that is target demographic. So I want to show you these 3 products on the screen right now, and I want to ask you which product is best to sell. So on the left, we have a futon. In the middle, we just have a fabric sofa. And on the right, we have an Italian leather sofa. So which one do you think is best to sell? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, I see we have Italian. Somebody said futon. Okay, fabric. Okay, so most people are saying fabric. Let me show you this a different way, and let me throw prices on here, right? Average price points. For the futons, they would sell on average for about $200. The fabric sofa is about $1,500, and the custom-made Italian leather sofa is about $7,500. Now, when you're picking your niche and you're really niching down, as I call it, what you would want to do in this scenario 100% of the time is go to the one, again, that appeals to the upper middle class, which in this scenario is the one that's at the $1,500 price point. Few reasons we want to do this. I'll just hit on them quickly. The inexpensive items within niches, in this case, the futons, they appeal to a demographic that honestly doesn't have much money to spend. And when they spend spend their money, they have super high expectations, and they also result in higher than average return rates because they're not as comfortable buying online. And again, this is just what we've seen from over a decade of experience. You're going to make less money per sale in the low end of a niche, and you're going to have more customer service to deal with. And on the high end here with the $7,500 item, yes, they will sell. Yes, you will make a ton of money every time you get an order, but there is more customer service involved, more phone calls back and forth. There is a higher return rate on more expensive items. If you're willing to deal with that, you can do it. But if you're looking to build a true lifestyle business, the way we do it here, where again, you're making the most amount of money for the smallest amount of work, you want to sell these products that appeal to the upper middle class who have the money, they have disposable income, they are used to buying online, they do not require a lot of customer service, and your profits are there all day long. So in this scenario, again, I would advise you to go with the middle product. So everybody, let me know before we move forward. Is this making sense? You guys getting value so far? Let's see. Okay, Sarah says loving it. Tim says totally clear. Okay, good. That's what I'm happy to hear. The other thing that I'll just mention before we do move forward is the brand loyalty. Like I mentioned before, we want to sell things that customers really don't care where they're coming from. They just want something that they want. The way I can best describe that is, let's just say somebody wanted a new sofa for their house and they measured and they wanted it to be 90 inches long and they were looking for a certain color of blue with this striped pattern. They're not going to care what name brand is under the cushion, right? They're going to care if it's a quality product. They're going to care if it's what they want for their home. So that's what I mean when I say no brand loyalty. We don't want to sell things that are dominated by a few big brands because it's going to be impossible to compete with the companies that spend billions of dollars in their marketing. So upper middle class, no brand loyalty, price point of $200 or more sets you up for success. So let's move on to the next point here, which is how we actually find these profitable products to sell online. And this is a two-step process that we use. Okay, so what I never want you to do, just to get this out of the way, is go on Google and search for dropship products or dropship niche name, whatever it is, because all you're going to find is middlemen. So that's not how you find profitable products to sell. That's one of the worst things you can do. And it's almost guaranteed to set you up for failure. So the way we do it and the way that I want you to do it is first brainstorm ideas and write them all down. I'll give you some examples of how we do this in just a moment, but literally the way we come up with ideas is just by brainstorming and keeping a list of things that we want to research. And that brings us into the second step that I'm going to take you through in just a moment, which is validate. So again, our ideas for products to sell do not come from lists we find online. They definitely do not come from us Googling best products to sell. They come from us brainstorming ideas and then from us putting those ideas through a series of tests to see if they're actually worthwhile or not. This is how every good niche we've ever came up with has come into existence. So as far as making a list and brainstorming, I personally do this on my phone and I just have in Google Docs, I open it up and I can add to it whenever I want. You can do this on your phone. You can do it with a pen and paper, whatever you prefer. But what I want you to do is just look around in your day-to-day life and see whatever it is you see. For example, when I lived in Austin for 4 years, I lived right on the lake, and every day I saw people out there on stand-up paddle boards. That was a product I added to my list. Another thing you can do that works very well is just look around your home, right? Take this one living room, for example, and see how many niches we have here. We have chandeliers, I would add that to my list. We have these wall lights, I would add that. We have table lamps. We have crown molding. We have wallpaper. Yes, you could dropship wallpaper. People make a ton of money doing so, millions of dollars. We have a coffee table here. We have a sofa. We have a fireplace. We have a mirror. We have vases, a bookshelf, a dining table, dining chairs. We have wood flooring. In this one photo alone, all of these products are possible niches that we can research to see if they're profitable or not, to see if there is an actual market for them. So this is what I want you to do. Again, don't just look around your own house. Look at your place of work, whether that's an office or a gym or a mall, wherever you are throughout your life. Literally, you should be writing down ideas. And what's cool is once you start doing this, it becomes a habit. And I promise you, before you know it, you will have a list of hundreds, if not thousands, of different niches that you can research. So some quick tips for how to brainstorm and add to your list. Just think of what products you have bought. If you need to, go back and check your credit card statements and just add those products to your list. If you're not a big shopper, ask your friends and family what they've bought recently and add those products to your list. Think about your hobbies and what products people buy or you buy to support those hobbies. And then again, what do you notice in your day-to-day life? Quick story, I was living in Manhattan last summer and I was sitting in Washington Square Park, and I was thinking, I want to build a new store soon, and what type of products should I sell? And then I was literally sitting on a park bench, and I thought, I wonder if park benches are a good niche. And I added it to my list. I went home and I validated it later, and it turns out park benches are a great niche. So there is opportunity everywhere, maybe on the thing you're sitting on right now as you're on this webinar. But again, take all of these ideas that you have, take all of these things that you see, and make sure you write them down, because as quick as ideas come in, they go out. So you want to have this running list so you can then follow me into the next step, which is validation. So to do this, I'm actually going to switch screens because I want to show you how we do this in real time. So let me pull up Google right now. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen right now on Google. If you can, just please type Google into the chat box. Let me know I did this correctly. And let me see. Okay, Google. Good. So what we're going to do right now is take a niche and we're going to put it through a series of 4 checks that we use every time we are validating a niche. So something I'm in the market for right now for a new home is a wine refrigerator. So I'm going to actually just search for that niche. And again, this is how you come up with ideas, right? This is something I'm going to purchase anyway, so I might as well see if I can also sell them. So all I'm going to do, and what you should do, again, you'd be working off the list of ideas you brainstormed, is go to google.com and type in the niche keyword. So for me, it is wine refrigerator. Let me just Google that. And then what we're going to do is come up here and you'll see the second tab says shopping. So I'm going to click that. So search results are all, and then it says shopping. I'm going to click shopping. And the first thing that I'm looking at is price points. And what I want to see here in these results is at least half of the results on the first page. I want the products to be $200 or more, okay? At least half of the results. So let's see what we're looking at here. The most popular one is only 153, so not good. But then we have 370, we have 250, we have almost 2,000, we have almost 1,400, 970, 387, we have 2,600, 1,050, we have $1,000, we have $1,425, $900. Here's another one that's under $200. Here's one that's 300, 1,000, 360, $400, $720, $300, and then $145. So on the first page results in Google Shopping, only, only 3 of the products are under that $200 minimum threshold. And a lot of them are actually closer to 1,000. But again, all I was looking for is over half of the page above $200. And this is a clear yes. So regarding the price point test, this passes with flying colors. So test 1 using Google Shopping for price point, that gets a green check. And then we can move on to the second test that we're going to do to validate this niche idea. And that is looking at competition. So for that test, we are staying on this page. So we're not going to go anywhere. The competition test also happens right here in the Google Shopping results. And what we're looking at here is how many people, how many online stores are selling the most popular products. And what we want to see is half of the page, so half of the results, being sold by less than 10 stores. Because with the dropship lifestyle model, competition occurs at the product level. This is something that I will show you exactly how to dive deep into this and get like actual numbers in my program in Dropship Lifestyle, the program that was voted best e-commerce course by Shopify. But this is a test that you can do right now yourself. So what I can see here, hopefully you could see this as well, it is showing how many stores are selling each item on Google Shopping. So this first one, right? It says here, compare prices from 25 plus stores. That means if I wanted to sell this product, I mean, first of all, I wouldn't because it's not $200, but if I wanted to, I would be competing with over 25 other stores, and I do not want to do that. I'll compete with 10 stores, that's fine, but I'm not going to compete with over 25 stores because advertising is going to be too much money and there's just too much competition to make it worthwhile. But remember, I want half of this page to be 10 stores or less. So the second product here, you can see this one, it's being sold from 4 stores. It says compare prices from 4 stores. So this one, that's fine. This would have a green light from me. I would be okay with that. And again, so now we have 50% of what we looked at being sold by 10 or less stores. Here, the third one is being sold by 5 stores. This one, that's $2,000, is being sold from 4 stores. This one is being sold from 10 plus stores. So kind of like in a gray area, I'd probably still sell it. This one, 5 stores, that's great. This one, 10 stores. This product here, that's $2,600, is being sold from 5 stores. This one is being sold from 10. This one right here is 5. This product for $1,424 is being sold from 5 stores. This one's only being sold by 1 store. This one is 5. This one is 4. And I'm sorry if I'm going through this quick, but I know we have a lot to cover on this presentation. So I just want to show you how I do this. Then you can do it again on your own for the niches you're researching, or you can use our done for you option, which again, we'll talk about later. But here we have this product is being sold from only 3 stores. This one is 10. This one is 1. This one is 1 store. This one is 10 stores, 2 stores. So my test that I just did for competition, right? How many stores are selling each of the most popular products? This again definitely passes the competition test because over half of this page is being sold by less than 10 stores. So at this point, we just confirmed 2 things about wine refrigerators. They passed the price point test, they passed the competition test. Now, the next thing that we want to look at is seasonality, because we do not want to sell niches that are seasonal, meaning they only sell for a specific time of the year. Because if we do that, we're going to be sitting on our hands for most of the year, not making money. We want to sell things that sell year round. And the way that we search for that is by using Google Trends. So trends.google.com. And what we do here is just like before, we're going to search for our niche keyword. Let me do that. Search for wine refrigerator. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm in the United States, so I'm going to leave this as United States. But here where it says past 12 months, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to change it to the past 5 years. And what this is showing me is in Google, over time, how much interest there are in wine refrigerators. And this is literally a chart that shows the data over time. And as you can see, there are some little spikes and some peaks, but overall, this is a pretty chart. And that is what we want. That means this is not seasonal. That means this passes the evergreen test. Okay, I guess it'll sell year round. Just to give you an example of what a seasonal chart would look like. Let me just do something that's obviously seasonal. I'll do like, Christmas tree stands. So that's an extreme seasonal chart, but that's what a seasonal chart looks like, right? It doesn't get any interest at all year. Then Christmas comes along, it spikes, then it's gone, then it's back, and it's gone, then it's back. We don't want to sell anything like that because, again, what it will mean to us is for most of the year, we're going to get 0 sales. So at this point, again, wine refrigerators passed the price test, passed the competition test, passed the seasonality test, and now we are going to check for demand. To do this, we're using the Google Keyword Planner. And what we're going to do here is come into where it says Get Search Volume and Forecasts. So I'm going to click that. And then, just like we did before, we're going to enter our niche name. So I'm going to do wine refrigerator. I'm going to click Get Started. And what we're going to look for here is how many people are searching for this niche keyword every month. So to do that, what we do is click on historical metrics. You'll see right up top. And I'm going to click this. And then what it's going to show me down here is the average monthly searches for that keyword. And we want this number to be 10,000 or higher. And as you can see with wine refrigerator, it is 22,200. That means on average, every month, 22,200 people are searching for wine refrigerators, which is greater than our minimum of 10,000, which means this niche passed that test as well. So wine refrigerators, right now, we know that it passed the price point tests, it passed the competition tests, it passed the seasonality tests, and it passed the demand tests, which is all great. But that alone isn't enough to just say, okay, we're going to be rich by selling wine refrigerators. It's a good starting point, but we need to do a lot from here to actually get our business set up. Again, we're going to talk later about my Dropship Lifestyle program and how we can even do this for you. Quick recap before we dive into that. For price points, the way we tested that was by using Google Shopping. For competition, same thing. We used Google Shopping. For seasonality, we used Google Trends. And then to test demand, we used Google Keyword Planner. What do you guys think so far? If you're getting value, give me a 10. Give me a number 10 in the chat box. I want to know. I know we've been going for like an hour already, I think, which is awesome. But hope the energy is still high. Hope you guys are excited about this stuff as I am. And I hope you really see the opportunity when we simply use math, right? It's not that complex. It's just about math. And okay, I see a lot of 10s coming in. Awesome. So let's jump in to the next topic right now, which is the best suppliers to profit with. So let me ask everybody here, what do you think is the number one key to long-term success with e-commerce? And let me know in the chat box again, but what do you think the number one thing is that is extremely important, and in my opinion, the only thing that really matters for long-term success with e-commerce? And let's see, somebody said cash flow. Yeah, cash flow is definitely important. Wouldn't say it's number one though. Okay, somebody said customer service. Yeah, definitely. We have traffic, we have sales, we have niche. Okay, all important things. Yeah, okay, some good answers. But listen, guys, the number one thing, I'm telling you, if you want to build a business that lasts, I have some e-commerce stores that have been in business for over 10 years now. The number one thing that matters is having happy customers. If your customers enjoy buying from you, if they have a great experience, you're going to stay in business and you're going to grow organically. If you deliver a poor customer experience, then nothing else matters and your business will be destined to fail. So what we need to do is build a real brand by working with suppliers that contribute to our customers being happy. Because if we're not selling great products, if we're not delivering a great experience, it doesn't matter how many people we initially get to take their credit cards out and buy from us, we won't last. We need to do everything the best we can. And to do that, we need to build a real brand with suppliers that offer excellent products and that also care about our customers just as much as we do. So let me take you through a few examples here. And as you'll see, we have a Shopify store in the middle. As you already know, we build our websites using the Shopify platform. And on the left, we have this little emoji lady. We'll call her Sarah. And let's say Sarah goes to our website and she places an order. Now we're drop shipping, so we have a few different options for how we can fulfill that order, for how we can get the product to her. One of them is to go on Amazon and try to find the product for sale and buy it there and have it drop shipped to her. Another option is to use an app called Oberlo and try to find the product from some company in China and have it drop shipped to her that way. And finally, another option is to use a domestic supplier. This has the US map there because I do business in the States. But if you're doing business in Australia, I mean a domestic supplier in Australia. If you're doing business in the UK, a supplier in the UK. But domestic meaning they're based where your business is based. So let's go through all of these options for, again, the supplier and how we're going to fulfill these orders. So if we were using Shopify and fulfilling orders with Amazon, the way this works is the buyer would order on your website.com. Then you would go on Amazon and try to find that product for less than you sold it for. You would then order that item on Amazon, and then Amazon would ship that item to your customer. The way you make money is you would keep the difference from what you sold it for and what you bought it for. This is known as the arbitrage model. It's very common. You'll see a lot of people talking about this online. So that's arbitrage. Now, let me tell you about the issues with doing this, the issues with dropshipping from Amazon and using them as your supplier. First off, it's not sustainable because there are no consistent selling products. You don't have a relationship, so you have to pick from whatever is currently available. Also, with this model, there's too much manual work involved for small profits because every time you drop ship an order from Amazon, you have to private message the seller to make sure they don't include a invoice and a price or anything with their brand name on it. So it's just this constant back and forth. Then you have suppliers that are going to mess up and do it anyway, and your customers aren't going to be happy. There's also no barrier to entry because anybody can compete with you because there's no relationship. And like I mentioned, you're going to have angry customers because they're going to get boxes in the mail that say Amazon, and they're going to think, why do I have an Amazon box at my house? I ordered from antonssurfboards.com, right? So this is not a sustainable business. This is not recommended. I'm not saying nobody's ever made money with this, but I'm saying if you want to build a real business, one that you can be proud of, one that will grow for years and decades, this is not recommended in the slightest. So, second option is using Oberlo with Shopify. The way this works is you import products to your Shopify store. You do that through Oberlo. Then the buyer would place an order on yourstore.com. After that, you would process the order through Oberlo. Then the supplier in China would ship the item to your customer. The way you make money is you keep the difference, again, from what you sold it for and what you pay the supplier for. Now, this is known as the drop shipping from China model. This model picked up a lot of steam over the past few years, but it's also burning out very quickly as consumers are catching on to it. There's been a lot of mainstream press from unhappy customers, and this doesn't work like it used to. So let me tell you about some of the issues with dropshipping from Oberlo. The first is that you're always trying to catch the latest trend. So this is very much about what's hot right now. Think things like fidget spinners and the hoverboards that weren't really hoverboards, but those were different trends that people leveraged dropshipping from China on. So anything that's hot for a moment. Also, you're typically offering inexpensive and subpar quality products because you don't really know where the product is coming from, and there's not much quality control. So you don't know what you're going to get until your customers get it. Also, there's no pricing controls, so it's a race to the bottom. If I wanted to sell a product for $100 and you said, I'm going to sell it for $80, no one's going to tell you you can't do that. People are going to buy from you instead of me, and the profit margins are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until nobody makes money, which happens a lot with this model. Also, there's no branding whatsoever, so nobody's going to be searching for the products that you're selling. Also, long lead times, 3 to 4 weeks for the customers to receive their items, because they're coming from overseas. And again, there's no barrier to entry here because anybody can compete if they want to. And like I mentioned, there's no quality control assurance from the suppliers. So customers are going to receive items weeks later than they thought they were going to get them. They're not going to be what they thought they were going to be in terms of quality. And at the end of the day, you're going to have unhappy customers, which again is a key to going out of business quick if that's what you're looking to do. So because of that, this is obviously not recommended. I cannot recommend that you do this. So this brings us into the third option, which is working with domestic suppliers. This is what I do, but I don't want to just make it sound like it's the best thing and there's no problem. So we'll do pros and cons of this as well. But this is selling on Shopify and having domestic suppliers fulfill the orders. Again, domestic meaning the country in which you are based and the country in which you are doing business. Sometimes we do have members in Australia that do business in the States, but honestly, I recommend at this point People in Australia do business there. People in the UK do business there because we have so many success stories from members doing just that. So there's no reason to try to set up your business in a different country. So just keep that in mind as well. But the way that this works is first you choose your niche and then you find what I call your future competitors, the companies that are out there already selling the things that you want to sell. The second thing that you do is get approved as an authorized retailer for legitimate brands. So you're actually reaching out to the brands and you are working with them. You're signing a contract. You're becoming an authorized retailer. From there, buyers will go to yourstore.com. They'll place an order. Then what's going to happen is that order is going to be automatically sent to your supplier. And if you have 20 suppliers, each order will automatically go to the correct supplier. From there, the supplier is going to ship the item directly to your customer. Again, you never see it, you never touch it. And the way you make money is you keep the difference based on what you sold the product for and then what you paid your supplier for that product. Now, this is known as the dropship lifestyle model. Some of the things I like about this, obviously, is that we have real relationships with the suppliers. Also, the profit margins are locked in because there are pricing controls, meaning we can't race to the bottom in terms of pricing. The suppliers don't allow that. And also, customers typically receive their items within 2 to 5 business days. So customers are happy, items are showing up fast, and we're making money with every sale. With that being said, let's talk about some of the issues that you might face when you're drop shipping from domestic suppliers. The first is that you really do need to spend a fair amount of time doing market research. We do not rush into any niches because we're not looking to build a store that is catching on a trend and lasting for a few months. We're looking to build stores that last for decades. Also, you need to build a website before you apply to be an authorized retailer for these brands. Suppliers aren't going to want to work with you if you just say, hey, this is Anton. I'm thinking about building a website that sells wine refrigerators. Can I be a retailer? You're going to want to have a website in place to send them to. Now, we call these websites demo stores. I show you how to build them in Dropship Lifestyle. We, again, can also do it for you, but that's something you definitely want to do first if you want to get approved with the best suppliers. You also need to earn the trust of the top tier suppliers because as an authorized retailer, you're representing their brands. So they want to make sure that you, again, care about your customers and that you're building a real business. So I can give you my phone scripts, my email scripts, what you should say to get approved with the best ones. And really, to put this all simply, this model takes real work to get started. That is the barrier to entry. This isn't a click a few buttons and get rich thing. This is build a real business. I don't know about you, but I personally am a fan of hard work and I appreciate when it gets rewarded. So that's why I've been willing to build my businesses this way for the past 13 years now. That's why I have stores that have been in business for over 10 years. And if you're willing to do the work, this is 100% without a shadow of a doubt what I do and what I recommend you do as well. So coming back to our original diagram here, we have our avatar lady, Sarah. She places an order on our website. We have 3 different options for how we're going to get the product to her. And again, knowing that happy customers is the key to long-term success. We are never going to drop ship from Amazon. We are never going to drop ship from China. Instead, we're going to work with quality brands that are domestic suppliers. We're going to get Sarah her item faster. The product's going to be of a higher quality with quality control. She's going to be happier. She's going to buy more from us. She's going to tell her friends about us. She's going to leave a review on our website, and we are going to continue to grow. If that makes sense, guys, let me know in the chat box right now. What do you think about this tip? Yep. I love it. Okay, so yeah, Caitlin says, yeah, she tried dropshipping on Oberlo and it was a mess. Yeah, I've heard that many times. Yeah, and people have been burned with Amazon before. Trust me, I know it's not sustainable. I don't, for the life of me, know why people think that's a good business model. I understand if you're brand new and you see it as an opportunity, it might look like that. But once you know what's really happening here, you should just be quick to either pivot your current business if you have that type of business, or just shut it down and move on to something that actually works. So good. I'm happy to hear that though. And don't worry, if you've made mistakes in the past trying either of those business models, don't think of it as a failure. Think of it as a learning lesson and take that knowledge you have now and roll it into this business, because this really is what works. Let's keep moving forward though, because one thing that I wanted to add to this presentation is how to compete with Amazon. And the reason I wanted to add this is because on that pre-webinar survey, this was a common question that came up. People were asking, why would anybody buy from me when they could buy from Amazon, which is a totally valid and fair question. So what I did is made a couple slides to show you why and to show you how you can make this work even when a behemoth of a store like Amazon exists. What I did is put together this comparison chart where you'll see on the left column different reasons that people will buy from specific websites. And then you'll see on the top, I have Amazon and then I have yourstore.com, whatever that should be. So we'll just go through this together. The first option is fast shipping. And without any hesitation, this is the biggest reason why people order from Amazon. People know that they can get items within 2 days, and that's huge, right? People, again, they want their items fast, and this is why the whole drop shipping from China thing is just a mess to begin with. But besides that, the good thing about fast shipping is because we work with domestic suppliers, we offer fast shipping as well. As fast as Amazon can get items to products, we can get them there in the same speed because the suppliers that we work with are domestic. So they ship items usually same day if the items are ordered before noon, and they can deliver within 2 to 5 business days. Now, another reason that people like Amazon and love Amazon is because they know Amazon offers good pricing. They have the best price. But because the suppliers that we work with, honestly, most of them aren't on Amazon. But even the ones that are, they have these pricing policies and they're known as minimum advertised price. And when anybody becomes a retailer for them, an authorized retailer, they agree that they won't sell below the minimum advertised price. So just like we do this, Amazon does the same. That means whatever price Amazon can offer, we can offer the same. So we can actually match them there as well. Now, another big reason that people buy from Amazon is trust, right? People know Amazon's not some scam website, so they feel comfortable buying from them. I will say I order a lot of electronics from Amazon and I have almost always an amazing experience, but I have got fraudulent products before. I have got counterfeit products delivered. So keep that in mind. But I still do trust Amazon for the most part, and so does most of the world. But we can build trust factors into our stores as well. I show you how to do this in the Dropship Blueprint. With that being said, though, from day one, we're never going to have the trust factor that Amazon has. So they definitely will win there in the beginning. But you can certainly do a lot of different things on your new online store that build trust with your potential buyers from day one. Now, another thing that people love about Amazon is their return policy. They know if they buy something, they can send it back. And the good news here, because we had a lot of questions about this as well, like how do returns work with dropshipping? It does vary from supplier to supplier that you work with, but most of them will offer a 30-day return policy. And the way it works is if your customer receives an item and they're not happy with it, you can then go ahead and have them ship that item back to your supplier's warehouse, at which point your supplier can either ship out a replacement or give you a refund and you can refund your customer. So we also can have the same return policies that Amazon has. Again, this is dependent on your suppliers. I show you how to work this out in Dropship Lifestyle, but we can offer a very generous return policy as well. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. And I just want to make a disclaimer here. I'm not saying you're going to overtake Amazon with your dropshipping store. And I'm not saying that you're going to do $1 billion in revenue next year or anything like that. But what I want to show you right now is that there are many things that you can do that Amazon won't do simply because they don't have to. They can still be the behemoth. But these are things that we do and that I'll advise you to do as well to have you stand out and to have people actually choose you over Amazon. Again, not everybody, but enough to do multiple 7 figures in a year in sales. So The first huge one that we offer that Amazon doesn't is expertise. Like I mentioned earlier, we build niche specific stores. So whatever the store is selling, whatever it's about, we become the authority in that space. And this is something you do over time as you're building your brand. But let's just say you were selling stand-up desks. Let's I'm at one right now. Let's say that's what you were selling. Your whole website could be positioned around how you are the experts in stand-up desks. Again, Amazon won't do that because they sell everything under the sun. Something else you can really excel at that Amazon doesn't, and I don't know how they ever could at scale, is customer service. So I have had to call Amazon in the past. I had an employee log into my account to place some orders, and it flagged my account for fraud, and they thought it was somebody hacked me. So I had to call them, and I'll tell you, I was speaking to somebody that sounded like they were in a room with 1,000 other people that were speaking at the same time, all trying to talk over each other. And it was just like the worst experience I ever had. So this is something you can definitely do a better job of than Amazon, because they simply just don't have the amount of humans necessary to offer an amazing customer service experience. So we can excel here as well. Another big thing that we do that Amazon doesn't is create special offers. So let's just say you were selling surfboards on your website. You can get really creative with your product pages, and you can do things like offer bonus gifts. So you could say, when you buy this surfboard from us, we're going to give you a free ebook about how to maintain your surfboard. You can also say, we're going to include free surfboard wax and a free surfboard leash, right? Maybe things that cost you $20 total, but things that have a perceived value of $100, and things that will get you the sale over Amazon, because Amazon will not create these special offers because, again, of scalability. They're selling everything. They don't have these expert teams that can make special offers for their customers, where we can do that ourselves in a short amount of time that incentivize people to choose us over Amazon. Another big thing is content. Again, this is all because we're building niche specific stores. That allows us to get really creative with our content, whether that be on social media, on our blog, on our product pages. We can create things that we know our potential buyers want to see and want to read. Whereas on Amazon, all you're going to get is copy and paste descriptions. So we can stand out here as well. Another big thing is target marketing. The way Amazon runs ads is kind of blanket approach. They come up for everything on Google or Facebook, but it's just very broad. What we can do is target very specific advertising channels, which I teach you how to do step by step, but we can do that because we know exactly who our customer is. Again, if we're selling surfboards, we can advertise on surfboard specific websites. If we're selling stand-up desks, we can advertise to people that are interested in ergonomics and furniture. So we can do this where Amazon can't, because they, again, use a blanket approach. And another huge reason that we stay in business and we continue to grow is because of relationships. So we have genuine relationships with our customers and with our audiences. They're built off of content, and they're built off of what we do after people buy from us. And because of that, we have these genuine relationships where people will recommend us, where people will keep coming back, I should say, where people will actually have a connection to our brand, more so than with Amazon, where it's, oh, I want this thing really fast and I just want the best price. So we're able to actually take a whole different approach to the way we run our businesses that are things Amazon will never do. And because of that, again, we're not going to put Amazon out of business, but we're going to capture a big portion of the market. We're going to have people that choose us over Amazon every day of the week, and we're going to build successful stores and continue to grow them, whether it's a brand new store that just launched or one of our stores that's been in business for 10 years. So, and does that make sense, everybody? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, and I just read back. Somebody said they've got fraudulent products from Amazon before too. Yeah, I don't know how that keeps happening. I guess it's a scale thing, but yeah, it seems like a big problem in the electronic industry. And yeah, somebody said their customer service is terrible. Yeah, see? And yeah, they do no content marketing. So good. Let me just show you though, guys, because you might be thinking like this makes sense, but again, what if I'm brand new, right? What if I'm not established? Listen, I show you how to do these things from day one. This is Rich, who just posted in our private Facebook group, which is for members of my program only. But he said, woot woot, look who just got their first sale. So just starting, got a first sale for almost $900. Here we have Marlon. He said, this feels good, like really good. My first sale. And you could see his first order was for $1,139 for one product. Again, Marlon started on this webinar, got started with our program, and literally had no e-commerce experience. Boom, just like that, got an order for over $1,100. And then here we have Blake, and he just posted, awesome sauce. Had my first site live for just over a week and scored my first sale this morning. Big thanks to Anton Kraly and the Dropship Lifestyle team for everything. So yeah, within a week, boom, $575 without experience while competing, quote unquote, with Amazon. Just a few more of these because I just want to show you how real this is. This is from Mark. He said, repost, got too excited and couldn't figure out how to edit the image, but thanks for the heads up on that. First sale, it really means a lot. So this is for pounds, 850 pounds. I think Mark's doing business in the UK, but like I said, this works all over the world. Here we have from Josh, and this is important. This is like a lesson too. He got one order for $4,410. So he probably made like $1,500 net profit on that order. But he said, always pick up your phone and follow up with potential customers. This is the largest one sale of the store's history. This guy called us up last week about the product, and I followed up twice since answering questions. Boom, just like that. An order for over $4,000, net profit of probably $1,500. And then here, just to show you how fast this can all happen, this is a screenshot from Michael, and he said, launched ads on my new store on the 9th of this month. I couldn't be happier. So within 21 days, Michael did over $14,000 in sales while only having 17 customers, probably made about $4,000 net profit, again, in less than a month. In his first 3 weeks, about $4,000 net profit. And then before we move forward, I'll just show you one more. This is from Colby, and he got his first 2 orders for $4,090, probably, again, about $1,200 net profit. And he said, I'll admit that I haven't been active in this group, but the one thing that I always selfishly used was this group for inspiration, which, yeah, our Facebook group is amazing for inspiration. We have posts like this every single day. He said, whenever I get frustrated or just tired from putting this together while having a full-time job, I would just creep in this group and look at screenshots from people's first sales and remember that there were people out there right now making this work. Then I would just put my head down and keep moving. I want to pay that forward today. Here are my first 2 sales. He said they happened on Friday. I just turned my ads on Monday. So within 5 days, guys, he got his first 2 sales for over $4,000. He says this stuff works for anyone that needs to know that there's someone out there making this work. I'm here to tell you that there is, and I'm proof. So thank you to Colby for sharing that. And yeah, guys, this could be you in as little as 5 days. Not saying you're going to start making money tomorrow, but this is very, very real, even when Amazon exists. These screenshots are happening right now and every day with our members. So does that excite you guys? And seriously, let me know. This stuff excites me, and I use it for motivation myself. So let me know. And I say, hell yeah, it does. Okay, good. So let's keep moving forward and get into our next point, which is my new favorite and most profitable traffic source. Let me know what everybody thinks this is. Put it in the chat box. Okay, let's see. Somebody says Google Ads. No, you guys know I love Google Ads. That's not new. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, by the way. Somebody said TikTok. No, not messing around there yet. That's a little too new for my liking. Okay, somebody said Instagram. Well, yeah, kind of. Let me just show you. But the reason this is probably surprising to a lot of people here, at least that have been following me for a while, is because I have really been vocal about why dropshippers should stop using Facebook ads. And I go more into detail about that on different podcasts I've done and whatnot. But the reason I've always been so vocal about this is because what I've seen people try to do is advertise on Facebook to cold audiences, send them to product pages, and hope that they buy. And what I mean by that, for example, is if you were selling a surfboard, people would try to make an ad on Facebook and show it to people that were interested in surfing and say, go to my store and buy this surfboard. And the reality is somebody that's interested in surfing probably isn't that likely to just see a random ad in their newsfeed for $1,000 product, click it, and go buy it. So previously, the way that the majority of people have been running Facebook ads is wrong. And it's led to a lot of people losing money, a lot of people claiming Facebook ads don't work, and a lot of people getting their ad accounts actually banned. But what I want to show you right now is what we have figured out, a very simple way to get insane return on ad spends within Facebook ads. So look at the screen right now, and what I'm showing you is a screenshot from my Facebook ad account, and this is a column that's in the reporting dashboard, and it's called Website Purchase ROAS. Now this stands for return on ad spend, and these numbers are absolutely insane, but they're what we are getting right now in our Facebook ad accounts. I have them sorted from most profitable to least, which is the least is still absolutely ridiculous, but it's what we're achieving right now. And it's what I can show you how to set up as well. Now, let me put these numbers in context with you. And by the way, I should also mention that every one of these numbers you see on the screen has at least 20 sales attributed to it. But here's what these numbers mean for everybody that's not familiar with return on ad spend and that metric. It means for every $1 on ad spend in this first column here, we are getting $366.22 in sales. That is absurd. It's unheard of, but it's what we have figured out to get to work in our own accounts. And it's what I'm sharing with my students in Dropship Lifestyle version 8. Now, you could probably imagine we don't only spend $1. We spend a lot more than that because it's so profitable. But to make these numbers a little bit more realistic for you, this means for every $100 that we spend in Facebook ads in that top ad set, we are getting $36,662 in sales. Now, if you want to just pull net profit out of that, this means for every $100 that we invest into our top performing ad set, we get a return of $10,986.60 in net profit. Now, this, if you show it to any type of Wall Street banker or investment firm, they would say this is a total fraud, right? This can't be real. But the truth is, the way that we're running our Facebook ads right now, we make this work. And I see a very, very bright future for everybody that wants to follow the systems that I've created for Facebook and Instagram ads. They work hand in hand. I should also make clear that we didn't only stumble upon Facebook ads. We've been using them for a long time. But traditionally, the way that we run our stores is like this, what you're looking at on the screen. So we have our website here in the middle, an example website that's built on Shopify, of course, and our primary source of traffic is Google Ads, extremely targeted Google Ads. So people searching for the products we're selling. They go to our website, they buy, they make us money. Now, the way we've always used Facebook ads in the past is for the majority of people that will visit our websites and not buy, right? They'll click a Google ad, they'll come to the website, they will leave. And what we do there is show them Facebook ads that bring them back to our store. Again, this isn't anything new. This is remarketing. It's always been extremely profitable for us. But the key here, the thing that we've figured out how to do extremely profitably in the past year is not only to incorporate Facebook ads here, but to also be able to attract people that are warm audiences, but not yet buyers, and add on Facebook ads to the front of our funnel, bringing them to our store. Not only that, we figured out an extremely profitable way to show Facebook ads to our existing customers and bring them back to our stores, where it increases our average customer value, where customers are now spending more money with us. And the beauty of all this is our ad budgets for all of these new places we're using Facebook Facebook are not huge. We're not dumping a whole bunch of money into this, but what we are doing, it hits and it hits really, really well. So this is my new favorite traffic source. Don't worry, I'm not writing off Google anytime soon. We still make millions of dollars a year from Google ads, but Facebook is definitely something you do not want to discount, and you want to do it the way that we're doing it, because we've ran all different types of Facebook ads, and what we're doing now is by far the best way to go. So I'm going to show you just a couple slides that show what our Facebook ad account structure looks like. If this doesn't make any sense to you yet, don't worry. Again, I train you on this step by step, showing you inside of my Facebook ad account, how we set this all up and how you can recreate it. But this is what it looks like. So the way Facebook ads works is you have your ad account. So that's what you see on top in blue. And then within your ad account, you make what are known as campaigns. So all of the things you see across the top are campaigns. So we have cold traffic lead generation. We have warm traffic lead generation. We have hot traffic dynamic, hot traffic static, customers, goodwill. We have promotions, and we have sandbox. Now, what you see under that are what's known as ad sets. So these ad sets go into your campaigns. So that's what we structure it like. This is exactly what it looks like inside of our Facebook ad account. And then within the ad sets, you might think like this is starting to look really crazy, but the way we do it now is so simple. We don't have many ads at all. We have 3 ads in the first section, 3 ads in the next section, 3 ads in the hot traffic static section, 1 ad in the customer goodwill section, and 3 ads in the promotion section. So altogether, we only have 10 Facebook ads running, and many of these ads have been running now for months over and over and over again. We're not constantly in there updating it. It's actually updating itself, which is one of the craziest things. I never could have guessed this was possible even a couple years ago, but now we're setting up ads that are auto-updating, that are making more money than they ever did when we were in there manually doing it ourselves. So these automations, guys, this is a huge thing that's going to make the difference of what stores not only continue to be in business, but continue to grow and continue to be the number one in their niche. And the people that are currently running successful e-commerce stores, if they're not doing these things within the next year or so, I'm telling you, the new up-and-comers are going to take them all out. So you really are, by being here right now, positioned to be in an amazing spot. You're not getting in too late. You're getting in with the best systems, the best knowledge, and things that even quote unquote e-commerce gurus and experts are not doing. So you're in the best position you could be. So let's talk about this a little bit. The future of dropshipping 2020 and beyond. How can you be sure that not only will you build a business that works now, but a business that does last for the future? This is a huge shift, something we've put a massive amount of focus into our company within the past 3 months on, and it's repositioning where the humans go and repositioning what we can leverage and automate. So this is truly what I believe is the future. Humans in your company. In the beginning, that will be just you. That's fine. Eventually, you'll hire people. That's your actual humans that are working on the business. They focus on relationships. Relationships meaning with your customers, with your suppliers, with your content, with your social media following, and with your operations. That is where automations start to replace people. I'm going to show you exactly how we do that right now. But the good news is all those people, right? That's a photo of our team, by the way, in our office in Austin, Texas, celebrating after we were voted best e-commerce course by Shopify. Don't worry, the people, again, they don't go anywhere. We don't totally eliminate us or people from the business, but we shift the people, the human focus, and we let automations take over all of the operations so we can focus on growth through relationships. Relationships is the name of the game. So let me show you how we leverage these automations and what they're capable of in 2020 and beyond. So I like to refer to our automations as employees because they do the work of employees. So here, I'm going to give you your first. Here he is, okay? You're welcome. Here's your first official employee, and his name is Steve. Now, what does Steve do? Well, Steve connects all of the different tools and softwares and social platforms that we use. For example, he can connect to Shopify and Facebook and LinkedIn and Google Sheets and Trello and Slack and really thousands of other tools, but I just want to give you some examples about how this really is the future of e-commerce. Now, your first employee, Steve over here, what I really love about him is he's never going to call in sick. He's never going to make mistakes once he is trained. He's never going to ask you for a raise. He's never going to leave and take your trade secrets to the competition. He's always going to be learning new skills. He's going to position you for success because he's going to handle operations, and he's going to handle that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year, so that you can focus on the actual growth of the business, which, remember, is relationships with suppliers and with your customers. Steve is going to sit in the middle of all of your operations. So what are some examples of what he can do for you? Well, he can send your orders directly to your suppliers. He can turn your abandoned carts into sales. He can track all of your order statuses and get you reviews on your store. He can post all of your new content on social media, and really he can complete any repetitive task in seconds instead of it taking you or a future employee minutes or hours. So let me show you how some of these work. First, send orders to your suppliers. So the way it works with Shopify is an order comes in, somebody pays you, it goes into your Shopify admin panel, into your dashboard. And typically what dropshippers do is get that information, send it to the supplier so the supplier can then ship the item to the customer. What Steve is going to do in real time, as soon as an order comes in, is submit that order to the correct supplier. What does this do? Well, it saves you time because you're not doing it manually. And it also ensures that your customer gets their item as soon as possible, because the soon as it comes into your store is as soon as it gets sent off to the correct supplier. Happier customers and more free time for you. Now, again, Steve is also going to turn abandoned carts into sales. So people are going to go to your store. They're going to add items to their carts. Some of them are going to buy. Great, you made your money. Some of them are going to start to complete the checkout process and not finish it. Like, when they do that, we're showing them ads on Facebook to bring them back to our store. We're also going to use automations for email marketing. But what Steve is going to do is private message you, or whoever you want him to private message, as soon as a cart is abandoned with the customer's information so that you can follow up and close that sale. And here's what it looks like. You're going to get a dynamic message. So it's updated for every customer. It's going to say, "Hi, Anton," or whatever your name is. And it's going to tell you the customer's name, how much they abandoned their cart for. It's going to tell you their phone number. It's going to tell you what the product was that they were looking at. It's going to have a link that you can click that goes back to their abandoned cart. So you can follow up with that customer right away, find out why they didn't complete their transaction, and get the sale closed. Just like you saw in previous screenshots, this is how our students easily close orders for $4,400 and more. It's because of these automations. This is the future. Now, something else with turning abandoned carts into sales, not only will Steve private message you with that information from each abandoned cart, but he's also going to take all of your abandoned cart information and put it into a tracking sheet. We use Google Sheets for this. It's free. But what this allows us to do is always have a list of people that we can call or that our employees can call to follow up with, see why they didn't purchase, see if we can help them in any way, and get them to buy from us. This is invaluable. It will greatly increase how profitable your store is from day one. Now, Steve is also going to track all of the order statuses. This happens after people buy from you. Again, what Steve's going to do as soon as a sale comes in is he's going to create and update what I call order cards to make sure that no orders get left behind. So this is what it looks like, just a simple overview. We use another free tool for this, but every time a paid order comes in, you'll see it all the way over in the left column. We have a paid order. When Steve, again, automatically sends it to the supplier, it'll be moved into the second column here. When the supplier ships it, it'll automatically be moved into the third column. When it gets delivered, it'll automatically be moved over into delivered products. And then when you get a review, it'll be moved into this final column. And the beauty of this is if you ever want to know what's going on with your store and what orders are delivered and what hasn't been shipped yet, all you have to do is log in, check out your board that shows all of these order statuses that are being updated in real time by your first employee, your automation, Steve. Also, he's going to post content to social media for you, save you or an employee that time. So if you have a new blog post that goes out, that gets published on your site, that's automatically going to get shared on Facebook and LinkedIn and wherever else you want it. We use this for my podcast, E-commerce Lifestyle. So every time we have a new episode of my podcast published, Steve gets it shared out there on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on our company page for Facebook without me or my team ever having to touch anything. Again, what this means is myself and my team, and now you can use your time focusing on relationships, focusing on the difference, the future of e-commerce, while your new employee, your first employee that is here for you, that I will train for you, builds the whole operational system and has your business run. And all you have to do is check on it while you focus on what requires humans and what makes our stores stand out, which is that relationship. Now, hope you guys are loving this. If you do, just write love it in the chat box. Let me know. I know we've been going for a while already, and I definitely appreciate you all hanging out with me. We're going to get into how to launch your store in 21 days now and then do the Q&A, but let me know if you're loving it, guys. I see a lot of it coming in. This is great. Somebody said this is the best presentation I've ever been on. Love it. Okay, awesome. Good. Then I have the energy to keep going. Before we dive into the last point, let me just ask you all quickly, why do you want a profitable dropship store? And really, I want you to answer me. Just type it into the chat box. But why do you want to build a business? Why do you want a lifestyle business? Why do you want this new thing to do? And, any answer is fine. Some people say they want more time to spend with family and friends. Some people say they want to quit their job. Some people say they want a second income. Whatever it is that you want, just let me know in the chat box. And let's see. Okay. Robin says, so I can give a better life to my family. That's really nice. Okay. Robert says, I want to retire my wife. That's a huge goal. That's amazing. Have a bunch of quit my jobs to increase my income. Yeah, definitely. So listen, what I would say for everybody, and thank you again for sharing that, my advice to you is really think about this, okay? People ask me all the time, I've coached over 10,000 people through Dropship Lifestyle. We have a ton of success stories, and then we have some people that never really did anything. And people ask me, what's the difference between the people that are doing $1 million in sales and the people that don't do anything? And from what I can gather, it's that the people that see results go into this knowing their why. They know exactly what they want out of this. They know why they're doing it. And they use that as motivation to complete the blueprint, my dropship blueprint. And they use that to build the business. So know what you're really doing this for. Get as deep with that question as you can get. Use that motivation. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful here. So thank you again for everybody that shared. I want to go over what we covered already before we move forward. So far we have explained the dropship lifestyle business model and how we're different. I showed you how to earn $300 or more per sale dropshipping on Shopify. I showed you how to find profitable products to sell online. I showed you the best suppliers to profit with. Then we talked about how to compete with Amazon. Then I showed you my new favorite and most profitable traffic source. We just talked about the future of dropshipping in 2020 and beyond. Now I want to talk about how you can make your first sale within 21 days. And then I want to get into our live Q&A. So as we briefly reviewed in the beginning of this webinar, we have the same 7-step process that we follow every single time we launch a new store. These are the 7 steps on your screen right now. And let me show you how much time to allot to each of these to be able to start making sales within 21 days. So choosing a niche, that only takes 1 day. If you're following my system and you're using the tests that I recommend, no reason you should spend more than 1 day on this. Now, locating your future competitors, again, this takes a day. And when I say a day, I really mean a couple of hours, maybe an hour the second time you do it. So not a full day sitting at your computer hacking away at the thing. It does not take much time at all to complete steps 1 and 2 when you are following my proven framework. Now, the third step, creating your store, this can take longer, especially if you've never done it before. Now, I have the done for you option, like I mentioned, but we also have a theme available for our members, which helps to make this easier. And we have a training course on it, which will again streamline your results. But I would recommend, if you're brand new and you're going to do it yourself, giving yourself 7 days for creating your store. Now, getting approved with suppliers, there is a back and forth here while you're communicating with them. So even though you'll get approvals on the first day you try, I recommend leaving yourself a 7-day window. That includes the back and forth with email, filling out applications, and actually being authorized to sell for the brands that you want to sell. Optimizing for conversions. This is very easy, again, when you have a system to follow and you know where to click and you know what to do. But 3 days for optimizations is more than enough. And then getting traffic, when you follow the way we do it, it's actually very simple. It's not that technical in the initial setup stage. So most people will be able to do this in about 3 hours or so, but I still wanted to give you some extra time. So call it 2 days to make sure that even if you're stuck, you have an extra day to complete it. Now, you'll notice there's also a step 7, which is outsource and automation. This, although I love this and the future of e-commerce is automating as much of operations as possible, I don't recommend you do this until you get your first sale, because you want to know what's actually happening in the business. You want to do it manually at least once so that you know how to automate it. So once it's time to automate, you can set most of them up within a couple days, but don't do that until the traffic is running, sales are coming in, and you are seeing actual net profit in your bank account. Now, at this point of the webinar, you basically have 2 options. And by the way, thanks for hanging out with me so far. If you realize that this isn't for you, I understand, I guess, but if you're really going to build a business, then I can really hope that you know why you're here and you see the value in this. But your options right now, the first one is just say, okay, thanks Anton for the training. And then you can go it alone and spend tens of thousands of dollars figuring this stuff out, getting frustrated and wasting easily 2 to 3 years of your life on testing and figuring out where to click and figuring out why some things work and why others don't. Now, your second option, option 2, is you can learn this proven system from somebody who has not just done it, but somebody who has truly mastered it and who is undoubtedly the best in the world at it. So what I want to do right now is introduce you to what I call the Dropship Blueprint. This is my program that was voted best e-commerce course by Shopify. So what is the Dropship Blueprint? It's an online training program that shows you exactly how, step by step in detail, how to build a highly profitable semi-automated online store in 21 days. It's an 8-module online training program that shows you over my shoulder as I do everything step by step, leaving nothing to chance, so you can follow my proven system. What you get is recorded videos, worksheets, templates, and the exact automations that you can use that will shortcut your success by years. Now, you can log into the Dropship Blueprint and access it from anywhere in the world. And to put this quite simply, it's designed to change your life and your finances. I want you to be part of our community. I want you to be a success story, and I want you to see business differently by the time you're up and running with the store that I help you create through Dropship Lifestyle. And I've shown you some of our documented results already. I really can show you this for 3 hours on its own, but this is Chris in Australia. Here you can see he's celebrating in 1 day in sales, $13,350 in orders with only 5 sales. Here, Janelle is celebrating her first sale for over $2,000. Here, Lucina is celebrating using a new piece of software we have and getting her first order with it for $1,250. Here is Zafan. Love this story because he's in English as a second language member, and he was nervous at first about if he could do this because his English wasn't perfect. Well, now he's crossing $100,000 in sales with over 84 orders pretty much every month. So yeah, you can do this no matter who you are or where you're from. Just like Alex got his first sale for $2,540. Just like Aria up here got his first sale for $5,720 while he was asleep. This is what I mean by I want this to change your life, the way you look at life, the way you approach time and freedom and everything. All of these members right here, they started on this presentation, they became part of the program, they did the work, and they got results. And this program, it's nothing like anything else you've seen before. This is the step-by-step system that you need. What I'm giving you here is the proven system broken up into over 81 video lessons that you're looking over my shoulder as I do exactly what I'm talking about. I show you from start to finish what I do and how you can replicate it. I show you not just that, but how to do this to build a highly profitable, semi-automated store where the smallest amount of effort can produce the biggest amount of net profit. That is a key part to my success and to our students' success. On top of that, we also have the #1 e-commerce community online where you can connect with myself and our other members that are just getting started and our members that are doing $100,000 a month and our members that are millionaires. And you can ask questions and you can be plugged in to a true community of people that are out there looking out for one another's success. Also, with the Dropship Blueprint, we have private and group coaching because as you're building your business, whether you have a ton of experience or you're brand new, you will experience some struggles and you'll get stuck. And with our coaching, you can get tailored information that's custom to your specific business. So there's no reason for you to ever feel like you cannot do it. With our coaching, you have no excuses. You will win if you do the work and seek help when you are stuck. Now, this is all a proven process. And I've personally spent 13 years of my life figuring out what works and what doesn't when it comes to starting your own highly profitable, semi-automated store from scratch. And to acquire this knowledge and develop this training program, it's cost me more than $5 million of my own money. There's been 8 different versions of this training program to get it to where it is today. So you're not getting some out-of-date information or some recycled program. You're getting what I'm just created, what is working right now, and you'll know that you're only going to get the best of the best. This is not some fly-by-night thing. This program has been tested on over 10,000 people from over 50 countries, and the results that they get from it are like nothing else that has ever been created. And to put this simply again, this really is my legacy and my life's work. What I want people to remember about me is that I helped others to build their own businesses that gave them the lifestyle that they wanted. Now, the way that I have found best to share my knowledge with you is through the 8 modules that I'll take you through right now. So module 0 is what I call foundations. Module 1 is niche selection. Module 2 is market research. Module 3 is creating your website. Module 4 is getting suppliers. Module 5 is optimizing for conversions. Module 6 is getting traffic. And Module 7 is outsourcing and automating. And in Module 0, you're going to learn every single thing you need to know to start on the path to success. Specifically, I cover some things that are necessary to know, like important terms and different calculations that we use on a day-to-day basis when we're running these e-commerce stores. I also show you how to know how much money you're making to be sure that you can actually be profitable. Then I show you how to form companies, and I give you different options with the pros and cons of each. And I also show you how to register your business. And I don't only show you how, we actually offer a free service through one of our partners that can get you set up with a business entity. Again, we offer that for free to our members. And in Module 0, I also help on the mindset side of things for everyone that's brand new to entrepreneurship. And I show you how to figure out your why, how to track your goals, and how to systemize procedures so that you can get the best of the best when it comes to what all of the most successful entrepreneurs do do when they are building a business. Now, this is what it looks like in the members area that you'll have access to. Each one of those little items that's checked off is a different lesson. You'll click into those and they'll have the video training along with the worksheets. Module 0 consists of 4 premium training videos with notes. They also all have captions if you prefer to have those on. And I also give you one template in Module 0, which is for dreamlining. And let me switch screens right here and I'll pull it up so you could see what it looks like. So this is the members area you'll have access to. And when you come in, all you have to do is click Start Lesson in Dropship Blueprint. And as you'll see, you have access to everything from day one, but you're going to start at the top right here in Module 0. These will be unchecked because they get completed as you go through the program, but you'll just click into the first one. And like I mentioned, you have the video here with captions, with notes underneath, and then a place to ask questions should you have them. To complete Module 0, you'll move right along to Module 1, and this is where you will learn how to identify what I refer to as dropship-friendly niches. And here's what it looks like in terms of the lessons within this first module. So in Module 1, you get 10 premium training videos with notes and captions. I also give you one template in this module, and that is my niche tracker spreadsheet. I give this to you and show you how to use it there so you can keep track of all of your niche ideas and get all of the information that you need on each niche. We also offer a service to our members in Module 1 that you get at no cost. And I call this niche selection verification. And this is for you once you have your niche idea picked out. And it's a way that you submit it to us. And this is when either myself or someone from my team verifies your niche for you, meaning we give you the green light to move forward. And the reason this is so important is because I've personally built dozens and dozens of stores, and I've also seen thousands of our member stores. So I know what works and I know what doesn't, and I'm not going to let you move forward with an idea that's going to be a waste of time. Now, once you complete Module 1, we're going to move right along to Module 2, and this is where you will learn how to vet different niche ideas and how to choose a winner. You're also going to learn how to extract your suppliers from your future competitors, never paying for access to suppliers, but using your future competitors as a reference point. And here's the outline of Module 2. You get 10 premium training videos with notes here. This is where I show you how to locate price points and calculate your future profits, how to track niche demand, how to do our evergreen test, how to test for demographics and brand loyalty, how to tell if a niche is dropship friendly. This is also where I give you our template that I call our future competitor master list that helps to keep track of everybody in your future industry. And again, this is where I give you the training for how to extract the suppliers that you're going to be working with. Also, how to tell how much competition is too much competition. And to make things as easy as possible here, I'm giving you 2 different pieces of our proprietary software that we had created for our own company. But again, I'm giving you access to them. The first is what I call our competitor research tool that gives you real world data on how well your competitors are doing. And this is also where I give you access to my very own supplier directory. It has over 8,000 suppliers in over 300 different niches. So it's the perfect starting point when picking a niche and getting started with supplier sourcing. So that is all covered in Module 2. Once you progress through here, you're going to move right along to Module 3. And this is where I'm going to give you access to the Dropship Lifestyle Shopify theme, which is a custom template that I had built, again, for our own stores, but I give it to you to use on yours as well. You're also going to learn in this module how to build a gorgeous, highly converting store, even if you have no prior experience with web design or tech stuff. We make this extremely easy. And here's what Module 3 looks like. As you can see, we take you through each step of the process. Again, screen share videos walking you through exactly what you need to do to build an online store. This module consists of 14 premium training videos with detailed notes. And this module also includes a custom piece of software that, again, I had built for my own stores that I am giving to you. It's called the Dropship Lifestyle Shopify theme. It is the perfect theme to use when building an e-commerce store using the Dropship Lifestyle model. It is extremely fast, it's extremely user-friendly, and it's designed for anybody to use of any skill level. You could see here, this is what Chris posted in our private Facebook group. He said, "So I had my first few calls with suppliers today. I was given multiple compliments on my site. And even one company that doesn't dropship wanting to bend the rules for me so that I could be their first dropshipper. Today was a great day. And Chris came into this probably just like you are, with no experience building stores. He simply used the Dropship Lifestyle Shopify theme. He followed module 3. And by the time he was reaching out to suppliers, they were telling him how great his site looked and making special exceptions for him. So yeah, anybody can do this. Now, once your website's built, we move into module 4, and this is where you will learn how to segment your suppliers into different groups. I call these groups bronze, silver, and gold. You're also going to get our exact phone and email scripts to use when you're reaching out to suppliers for approval. So here is what modules 4 looks like. This is made up of 10 premium training videos with notes throughout. As you can see, I show you the difference between gold, silver, and bronze suppliers. I show you over the shoulder how I do my supplier research. I show you how to build trust. I give you examples of good and bad stores. I show you how to set yourself up for success. I give you the exact phone and email scripts that I use and that our members use to get approved with the best suppliers. And then I show you how to develop terms with them, like pricing, exclusivity, and more. So there's also templates in this module. Some of those templates are downloadable versions of our phone and email scripts. And I also give you our supplier tracking worksheet and show you how to use it so that you can have an immediate grasp on your future niche and all of the suppliers that you will be working with. And I know at this point from experience that reaching out to suppliers is a sticking point for a lot of people, but I'm telling you, that's why this system was developed. That's why we're now in version 8 of the Dropship Blueprint. It's because I want to give you everything you need to get approved right away. So check out this post here from Jason in our members Facebook group. He said, so tonight I started contacting suppliers by visiting their contact page as it was the preferred choice of dealer inquiry. And then he said he asked them if he can reach out tomorrow to go over the details. And here are the updates. Jason contacted 2 suppliers and he got approved by 2 suppliers. And then he says, don't be nervous when contacting the suppliers. Like everyone has stated, they want to do business. And I love that Jason posted this, and I love that he went 2 for 2 with approvals. But the truth is, they really do want to work with you, assuming that you have a legit business and assuming you know what to say and when to say it. So do what Jason did, follow module 4, and you'll start getting approved by the best suppliers right away. Now, once you do that, we're going to move on to module 5. And this is where you're going to get our top techniques for increasing conversion rates on our stores. We optimize for conversions before we start turning on traffic so that we can get the best return on ad spend possible. So before you invest a penny into traffic, you're going to follow module 5 so that when people do start visiting your website, they will buy from day 1. Now, module 5, you'll see the outline here. I show you how to use urgency. I give you our content templates. I show you how to get reviews. I teach you how we use social media and create social proof, what to do with people that are abandoning their carts, how to make bonus offers, how to exploit your competitors' weaknesses, how to accept financing and not do it so you have to worry about it at all. But in module 5, you get 12 premium training videos, again, with detailed notes. I also give you 5 different templates here. That includes the product page template for you to use, the About Us page template for you to use, the return policy page template, the shipping and return page policy template, and the price match guarantee template. The website is all set up, optimized for conversions. We are going to get into module 6, and this is when it is time to bring on the buyers. The overarching theme in this module is that you do not need all the traffic in the world. You only need the best traffic, meaning the people who are ready to buy. So in this module, you're going to learn about our top traffic sources, along with how you could set them up for your own store so that you can get traffic and buyers, of course, on your site fast. And here is what module 6 looks like. I take you through how you build your e-commerce sales funnel, how to use Google Ads for e-commerce, how to set up ads on Bing, and yes, they are profitable, how to use transferred influence, how to do search engine optimization the best way possible for these stores, how to set up paid social traffic, meaning Facebook and Instagram. I show you our omnipresence technique for remarketing. I give you our hourglass funnel, show you how we do email marketing, and a lot more. So in module 6, and by the way, this could be a program on its own. It's that in depth. What you're getting here though is 11 premium training videos with notes. You're getting our abandoned cart email templates to bring people back to your store. You're getting our Google Ads campaign template, and I'm showing you exactly how to set it up for yourself. You're getting our Facebook ads campaign template, and you're getting our remarketing campaign template. And the beauty of everything we do with paid traffic and everything you're going to learn in module 6 is you don't need to be an expert and you don't need to spend months trying to figure it out. You could see this screenshot here from Colby on the screen. He said, "Here are my first 2 sales. They happened on Friday. I turned my Google shopping ads on Monday." So what is that? 4 days later, 5 days total. He got 2 orders from his ads for over $4,000. Net profit, probably about $1,500, between $1,200 and $1,500. And all he did was run ads for 4 or 5 days. So that is what can happen, guys, with this system. This is what can happen when you copy my templates and don't try to figure this all out on your own. Just simply copy what works. And once you do that, you're up, you're making money, you're profitable. Then you're going to move right into module 7. And this is where you will learn how to outsource and automate most of the day-to-day tasks required to run a highly profitable dropshipping store. And this is where I give you all of my automations. So you could see on the screen what module 7 looks like. It includes 13 premium training videos with notes, and I won't read them all off to you. You could check it out if you want, but I'll let you know the templates that I give you in module 7 is the exact template we use for automating order processing. So for submitting orders to suppliers, making sure they get shipped out right away. This is where I give you our abandoned cart automation, our Google Sheets automation, our order tracking and reviews automation, our custom order automation, our social sharing automation to share all your content on social media automatically. And I also give you some of our standard operating procedures here. One of them is for customer service. So you can either use this yourself, or when you get your first virtual assistant, you can just hand this off to them and let them use it to do business for you. I also give you our interview standard operating procedure so you can know how to hire your first person. Again, once you're profitable, this is what to use. And then I give you our website style guide standard operating procedure. If you ever want to hire any web designers or anything like that, you can hand this off to them and have them do what they should do without you having to figure this out on your own. My favorite thing about all of these automations is that once you set them up, your store can literally make you money when you're asleep. Look at this post from Arya in our Facebook group, and he showed here he got 1 order for $5,720, probably made net profit about $1,700 on this. He said, "This was my alarm today. Nice way to wake up." Yeah, it is. When your phone makes a little cha-ching sound, and it's because you just made thousands of dollars while you were resting because you set this up, because you followed the system. This is what I want for you, and not 6 months from now, not a year from now, not 3 years from now. I want to show you how to get results fast, going through all of the 8 modules in the Dropship blueprint. And this comes back to the whole 21-day thing, right? People always ask me, how long should it take to build a store? And the truth is, it could take you years, or you can do it really quick. We've had students start making sales in 2 weeks, but I wanted to give you a system that you can follow to get this in as little as 3 weeks. So what I created for you is what I call the 21-day video launch plan. This is going to be open for you in your members area. And if you want it, you just click continue in your members area. And what I'll do is email you every day for 21 days with an action task. If you complete these action tasks, which take between 15 minutes and 2 hours a day, within 21 days, you will be up, running, ready to have revenue and profit coming into your business. And not only this, like this is huge, by the way, but not only that, I want you to save time and expedite your results with our software. So I gave you a brief overview of these in the different modules, but I want to hit on this one more time and just show you how useful this stuff is. So the first tool that I'm giving you is called our competitor research tool. You're going to use this tool to get data, and you're going to use that data to find your true future competitors, the companies that are actually actually already making money selling what you want to sell. And the full training on how to use this tool plus your access to it is included in module 2, which is market research. Now, the other tool that's going to save you a ton of time and help you get results faster is our supplier directory, which you will have access to from day one. This contains contacts of over 8,000 different suppliers in over 300 different niches. I spent over a year having this built with a team of a dozen different virtual assistants because it's a lot of work to gather all this information and share it in a way that's easy to share. But I'm giving you access to this. You get the access plus your full training on how to use it in module 2. Now, the next tool that I'm going to give you is the Dropship Lifestyle Shopify theme, which you can use on as many stores as you want. You'll have an unlimited license for your own stores. Again, this was built for ease of use and high conversions. You can use this with no experience and build a store that looks good from day one. You're going to get the full training on how to use this in module 3, which again is called Create Your Store. So that's an overview of the blueprint. Let's talk about the format though. Like, how are you going to learn from this? Well, you can learn the way that best suits you. That's what's good about this. You have the option. Everything is available to you either on desktop, on mobile, on a tablet, from wherever you are in the world. You have 24/7 access and you can consume this at your own pace. We have premium HD videos that go step by step over the shoulder, showing you how everything's done, that again have captions on them. You can play them back at different speeds. You can watch them as many times as you want. And we have detailed notes available for each lesson if you're the type of person that prefers to learn by reading. And this right here really is enough for you to build a profitable business. It's more than enough. But the thing is, I don't want you to just go through the program. I really don't want you to do this alone. So by becoming a member of Dropship Lifestyle, you're also going to become part of the #1 e-commerce mastermind online. I call this the Fast Business Forum. I started this back in 2013 and it has been going strong ever since. This is only for members of the Dropship Blueprint. And on the forum, you're going to connect with over 10,000 members from over 50 countries. The forum has over 40,000 detailed posts that you can search through. I'm pretty sure anything that might come up for you, somebody has dealt with before. You can search there, you can find an answer. And if you can't, you can post a question and you will get very helpful thought out replies, either from myself, someone from the team, or one of our amazing community members. This really is a family at Dropship Lifestyle, and this is where we congregate. Now, on the Fast Business Forum, you can even join a local mastermind or you can start your own. We have masterminds happening on the phone and in person all around the world, and this is your connection to those masterminds. Now, you're also going to join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs on our Facebook group. This is the perfect place where you can ask questions and get answers in real time. So anything you need quick feedback on, you go there, you post a question, you will get an answer. What I really love about the Facebook group is it's going to keep you motivated because you're going to see results. You're going to see screenshots like I've been showing you throughout this whole presentation, and you're going to be able to post your own so that you have people to celebrate your success with you. And what's really cool is you can also partner with an accountability partner to stay on track. So if you ever need extra motivation, just make a post in our members only Facebook group, find somebody to link up with, and then you can be accountable with them to be sure you move in the right direction, which is up. So this is it, everybody. This is the Dropship Blueprint. This is my legacy. This is my life's work. As a recap, it is 8 modules of online training, over 80 video lessons. It's our 21-day video launch plan so that you can start fast if you want to. It's access to all of our custom software, including our competitor research tool, our supplier directory, and our theme. It's access to our private mastermind forum. It's priority support via email and our Facebook group, so you are never stuck. Now, if you go to our website at dropshiplifestyle.com, which you may have already done, you'll see that our everyday price of this program is $29.97. That is what Dropship Blueprint costs. But because you're here right now, because you're special, because you're obviously serious about this and you want more out of life, I'm going to give you an amazing offer where you do not pay that. Instead, you get over 50% 20% off, and you can get started right now for only one payment of $14.97. That's not a typo. That's really the offer I am making right now for everything. So what I'm going to do is put a button up on the side of the screen. You can click that. It's going to open the enrollment form in a separate window, so you won't miss out on the Q&A. My advice is, if you want this price, click that button sooner rather than later. Go there, create your account, and you'll get instant access to everything. Not only that, you're going to get access to lifetime updates and to the program. I mentioned this briefly earlier, but right now we are on version 8 of the Dropship Blueprint, and I update this whole entire program at least once a year. I have done that since 2013, and I will continue to do so for as long as I'm around. And that is why, guys, the fact that you can pay one time and get access to everything plus updates for life is why Shopify, the biggest e-commerce platform in the world, voted Dropship Lifestyle as the best e-commerce course. So look for that button on the side of the screen, and we will start the Q&A just shortly. Before I do that, I want to let you know that I stand behind this program with everything. And we have a policy here at my company, which is, if I can't help you make money, I do not deserve yours. And that's why this offer comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And here's how it works. If you sign up today, you watch the training videos, and you follow the action tasks, your store should easily be open within 30 days. In fact, in the 21-day video launch plan, I show you how to do it in only 14 days. And if you're still skeptical, I'm going to offer you a full 30-day money-back guarantee. The way it works is you click that button on the side of the screen, sign up for the program today, watch the training videos, take action, and if you are not completely satisfied within the first 30 days, send me an email and you will get an immediate full refund. And once again, to recap every single thing that you get here today, it's the entire 8-module online training program with over 80 lessons. It's our 21-day video launch plan. It's access to our competitor research tool, our supplier directory, our theme. It's access to our private mastermind forum, to our priority support via email and Facebook, and lifetime access and updates to the program every time I publish something new. Now, I know, even with this amazing price, people are still going to be hesitant because, as humans, I'm like this too, it's easy to put things off. So I really wanted to make this a complete no-brainer. So what I'm going to do is include some fast action bonuses for the first 50 people that make this decision and make this investment in themselves. And I'm going to include these for the first 50 people that get enrolled right now. And these bonuses are just as valuable as everything I've already talked about. So this should really make this a no-brainer. Now, fast action bonus number 1 is monthly coaching calls with me, with Anton. That's me. The way these work is the first Wednesday of every single month, I hop on a 90-minute live call. These are group calls where you can ask me anything. Now, you can attend these calls live, or you can access the replays in your members area, and the replays get posted same day. So you could hop in there and cycle back and watch these and learn forever, not just through the program, but forever through these monthly coaching calls and replays that you get directly from me. Now, on these calls, you can bring your own questions, or you can learn from others' questions, because there's always different topics that people want to discuss, and I answer live on these calls. Again, you're getting lifetime access to this, and this coaching program sells for $99 a month. So it's a real world value of $1,200 a year. You get it forever at no cost. Now, the second fast action bonus that I want to include for the first 50 are what I call advanced e-commerce modules. These are full-blown training courses that I'm giving you in addition to everything we talked about. What you're going to do is use the Dropship Blueprint to build your highly profitable semi-automated store. And then once you're there, once you get the results, you're going to have access to our 100 plus advanced e-commerce lessons to grow your business even bigger. We have in-depth advanced trainings for Google Ads, for social traffic, meaning Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. You get all of this. And you also get a course on how to sell your store should you want to do that. and you get the recordings from the live events that we hold every single year. Now, just like in the blueprint, all of these advanced lessons are premium videos with worksheets and notes. Again, they're there to take your existing store that you're going to build with the blueprint and scale it to the next level. These have been sold individually at $1,000 plus per course. You're getting all of them with lifetime access included as a fast action bonus. And the third one that I'm going to give you, if you're one of the first 50, is a physical welcome box. I'm going to mail you this to your home, to your office, to wherever you want us to mail you. And what it includes is physical workbooks and supplemental training that you can use as you build your store. These are workbooks that are only accessible through this offer that I created specifically so you can have this in hand and learn in addition to the online training. I will mail these to you. Again, you're getting a physical copy when you take this offer today as part of the fast action bonus. Now, there's also some extra gifts included in here. I want to keep them a surprise though. I don't want to tell you about them yet, but yeah, you'll see them when they arrive at your doorstep. You're literally getting everything you need to change your life, to actually get results from a business and to do something that works for once. Something that won't just work now, but something that you can build and grow with our community and with my help for years to come. So, overview of every single thing that's included in this offer with the fast action bonus. It's the 8-module online training program that's over 80 video lessons. It's our 21-day video launch plan. It's access to our competitor research tool, Dropship supplier directory, and custom theme. It's access to our private mastermind forum, priority support via email and our Facebook group. The bonus, the first one, is mentorship via monthly coaching calls with me personally. It's our advanced modules with over 100 additional lessons to help you grow your store once you're up and profitable. And it's the welcome box with physical workbooks that is shipped out to you. Dropship Lifestyle is rated 5 stars. We were voted the best e-commerce course. This has been tested by over 10,000 different members. And right now you can get in for $14.97. It's a one-time payment with no recurring fees. All you have to do is click the button in the sidebar or type into your web browser in a new tab so you don't miss out on the Q&A, dropshiplifestyle.com/go, and that will take you to the special offer page. So ask your questions, guys. I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to start going through them. Just keep asking them. If I don't get to you right away, just hold on because we have a lot of questions to get through. And yeah, let's start. So I see that Jake said, yeah, I should have mentioned this. Jake asked, can you tell us more about the done for you option? So yes, let me actually switch screens right now. And I'm going to pull up the enrollment form and I'm going to show you how to choose the done for you option where my team will actually build your store for you. So let me switch here. You click the button in the sidebar or just type in dropshiplifestyle.com/go into your web browser, you're going to see this form. And what you're going to do is enter your name, your email, and your phone number, and then click create my account. And when you do that, you're going to see this appear. And down here, there's this little tick box. And if you check this, what we're going to do is add a customized Shopify store to your order. And what that means is my team is going to build your Shopify site for you. So basically everything in module 3, you don't have to worry about. You still get access to the training, but if you choose this option, again, we are going to do the work. We're going to build your store. We're going to upload the demo products. We're going to make your logo. We're going to make all the banners for your website. We're going to make the collections. We're even going to set up things like your Google Analytics, and we're going to set up your first Google ad campaign. So we will do that all for you. I recommend this for anybody that just prefers to outsource. And if you can afford it, then I think it should be an easy decision, but that's up to you. Again, whether you choose this or not, you still get all of the step-by-step training and our theme that shows you how it's done. I should also mention that I said we offer interest-free financing for 6 months. We do that via PayPal. So when you're on this form, you can use any credit or debit card. Just enter your info here. Or if you want to use PayPal, you can either select the special offer right here, and that'll redirect you to PayPal, or you can select the special offer with the web design upgrade by clicking this button. Now, Now, when you do that, it's going to take you to PayPal. And if PayPal credit is available in your country, you're going to see the option to pay with PayPal credit. And if you choose that option, they're going to finance this for you, where you can make 0 payments within 6 months and you'll pay 0 interest. The only stipulation is you have to pay off your balance in those 6 months. So literally on the last day after your store's been running for almost half a year, you can pay this off then with PayPal and pay no interest. But the way to do that is by selecting PayPal and then seeing if PayPal credit comes up as an option for you. If not, again, any credit or debit card, you can enter here and pay that way. If you want the done for you store, choose this. I'll also mention, if you try to order and it doesn't go through, like if it says it's failed, then just kind of turn the volume down on the computer a little bit for the rest of the webinar. Call the number on the back of your card and let them know that you're trying to place the order and you authorize the charge. Then you can try it again. Sometimes people don't typically spend, $14.97 per purchase, so your bank might flag it. But if you call that number on the back of your card, they should pre-authorize it. Then you can try again and it will go through. So let me hop back into the presentation. All right, so I'm going to keep this up on the screen, everybody, so you have the information in front of you, so you know exactly what you get. Again, this does include the 30-day money-back guarantee, and the 6-month interest-free financing option is available through PayPal credit. The link is dropshiplifestyle.com/go, or you can click the button in the sidebar, which will open up in a new tab, so you do not miss anything. So let me hop into the questions, and I see Brian asked, you mentioned this includes a selling your store course. Why would anyone want to sell their store? Okay, great question. So people want to sell their stores for different reasons. I'll tell you, the first group of e-commerce stores I ever sold was back in 2012. And for me at that time, the reason that I sold them is because I had a business partner in this network of stores. And we got to a point where both of us were really kind of going hard on the lifestyle design thing, and we weren't working much on the business at all. It was making a ton of money, but we were kind of at the point where we were making about 20K each net profit a month. And, I think we both had the feeling of like, well, I'm not going to work more so we can make more money, because if I do more work, is the other person going to do more work? And it wasn't like resentful or hard feelings. It was just a partnership that kind of had run its course. So what we did back then was basically say to each other like, hey, one of us should buy the other one out. Kind of had that conversation. And it was funny because at first we were having the conversation of like, well, what would you pay me for the business? And I don't remember the numbers, but they were like, maybe I'll give you like 25,000, and then it was like, maybe I'll give you like 40,000. And we had no idea what it was actually worth, because we thought, oh, we have, these online stores, never thought about selling them before. What could they be worth? So we made the decision that I'm so happy we made, which was, let's call some business brokers and let's see what this is actually worth so we can have a fair price if someone wants to buy the other one out. And what happened is we ended up calling different business brokers, and they told us that the businesses were worth over $700,000. So that kind of blew us away. Not kind of, it did. And then we both kind of looked at each other and we're like, well, I'm not giving you 700. And he's like, I'm not giving you 700. So we decided to list the website for sale with a broker and sell that way. So that's one real world reason from my experience why people sell. Another reason people sell websites and these online stores is because there's a ton of buyers out there. In fact, right now, there's more buyers than ever before, and people get like crazy valuations. Just to give you some examples, even if you built a store that was only making $1,000 net profit a month, which is super easy to do, like anybody could do that, you could easily sell that store right now for $30,000. Again, that's a store that's only making you $1,000 a month, which is so easy to do. And then if you build a store that's making you $5,000 net profit a month, you can easily sell that store for $150,000. So some people do it because they want to change paths. Some people do it because they want a big payday. Some people do it because they want to buy a new house and they need a down payment. The reasons really change. But the good thing is, once you have the knowledge and once you've been through this process once, you know how to do it again. So you don't have to ever just build one store. You can build 3 stores and sell one of them, or you could sell your first store and then build another and have that safety net of money in the bank. So those are some of the reasons. I don't recommend you buy a store. Let's get that out of the way. way, even though there's a huge market, and there's a huge market because they're really valuable. They make a lot of money, but I would recommend you do what I do, which is use this knowledge, build it yourself, and then be the person that sells. I just think it makes a lot more sense. And obviously you're here with me right now. You're still hanging out. So you want to learn. So that's my advice. Learn, do the work, and then you can be the seller. Okay, the next question is from Rick. And Rick said, can I become a millionaire? So, I mean, Rick, the answer is definitely yes. I'm not going to try to make any income claims and tell you, yeah, you're going to be a millionaire 100%. That's, I would never do that. One, because I don't know you. And also because, I mean, really, that's why I don't know what you're going to put into this. What I'll tell you is the returns are very real, assuming you do the work and you're committed to this, assuming you ask questions when you're stuck. And then the quickest path to become an actual millionaire, not just of like, oh, my business is worth X amount of money, but to have that money, is use the model of build these stores and then sell them. So it's definitely a possibility, but again, I can't guarantee that. Okay, the next question came in from Bethany, and Bethany said, how challenging is it to obtain a relationship with the direct suppliers for the types of products you would like to sell? So yeah, that's a great question, Bethany. And relationships are, like I mentioned a lot throughout this presentation, relationships are everything. So with the suppliers, it's not difficult, but you need to follow a certain path, right? So some examples I can give you is you need to build your website before you contact any of these legitimate suppliers. And when I say suppliers, I'm talking about the ones you actually want to work with, the ones you can actually make money with. And that's why in the Dropship Blueprint, Module 3 is where we show you how to build your website. And then Module 4 is when you start to reach out to suppliers. And then when you reach out, there's a way to do it. There's certain things suppliers look for that you want to make sure you have in place. So again, that's all covered in Module 3 for building your website, and then Module 4 for getting approved. If you do all that, it's not hard at all to get approved. But if you just, close this webinar right now, find a supplier, a good supplier, and call them and say, hey, can I sell your stuff? Then there's a good chance they're going to say no. So follow the system. Okay, the next question that came in is from Amy, and Amy said, what is the risk and ROI? So what's the risk and return on investment? The good news is with risk, there's really not much, because the way we do this is not by throwing a whole bunch of money into a project and seeing if it works. The actual startup costs are only a couple $100, so not much cash at all. The real value is created by the work we do and by leveraging the knowledge that I have and that I share with you. So the risk of losing money, it's not huge. The only way you technically, or I guess hypothetically, could lose money is if you spent a ton of money on ads or paid somebody $10,000 to build you a store and didn't see a profit. What I'll tell you is we mitigate risk as much as we can. Again, the whole philosophy here is small investments for big returns. So what we do, and what I recommend you do in the training in Module 6 with traffic, is actually get started with free ad vouchers that I give you. And it gives you about $300 worth of free advertising. So you're not spending money out of pocket. And the goal is to be profitable by the time that free money is spent up. From there, you're reinvesting profits back into ads. So you're not going into credit card debt or anything like that. You're not hoping that your ads eventually work and 2 months later you start making money. The goal is to have the website visitors that you're acquiring via paid traffic, the goal is to have them buy within 2 to 3 days. And the reason we make that happen is because of how we optimize for conversions, which I teach you in Module 5. And then of course, how we're actually finding the people that we want to visit our website, which I teach you in Module 6. So not a big risk at all. The only other possible risks could be like, what if you get fraudulent orders or something like that? I show you how to kind of handle this in the Dropship Blueprint. But Shopify, which is the platform that we use, they actually have a built-in risk management tool. So when you get orders, if they have any reason to suspect that it might not be legitimate, they give you a warning and you can just cancel it. So there's not really a risk there. And then as far as ROI, what we aim for at a minimum is a 10x return on ad spend. So what that means is if I spend $1,000 on ads, I want at least $10,000 in sales. And then again, the goal is a 30% profit margin, which means if I get $10,000 in sales, I want at least $3,000 of net profit. So that's my goal. Spend for every $1,000 I spend, do at least $10,000 in sales and make at least $3,000 net profit that I get to keep off of that. Now, in no way is that like some fixed formula that works like magic. Sometimes it's a lot more. Sometimes we're testing and we can't get there, but I show you our exact strategies for making it work in the blueprint. But it's not uncommon too. Like I mentioned earlier, with some of those Facebook ad campaigns that we're getting, 200, 300 plus return on ad spend. So yeah, that's definitely the goal. Okay, the next question that came in is from Kevin, and Kevin said, what is the sweet spot in finding the right products to sell before Amazon takes them over? Okay, so I talked about Amazon before and kind of how we can compete with them. I'll tell you one other thing that I didn't mention in that segment of the webinar is that with Amazon right now, right? For Amazon sellers, the things that make sense for them when they do make sense are inexpensive, lightweight products. So the type of things that we sell, we still kind of have a moat around because with Amazon's fees, the fees that they charge sellers, it doesn't make sense for people that are selling big and heavy items to be, and expensive, big, heavy and expensive items to be sold through Amazon. So because of that, it's not really an issue that we have right now. Now in the future, will that change? Maybe. I can't predict the future, but I'll tell you right now, it's a non-issue. Okay, the next question that came in is from Phil, and this is a great question. Phil said, with so many shopping sites already online, why would somebody buy from my new just opened shopping site? So Phil, the reason is because we're not just throwing up some random crappy website with low quality products and no information and hoping that things work out. This whole process, right, the whole 8-module system is designed so everything's very intentional. From the types of products we find to the actual suppliers that we research using our competitor research tool, to the brands that we get approved with, to how we build our websites, to how we optimize for conversions. What I'm guiding you through in this program is, again, not to be a copycat Me Too website, but how to build something unique and something better than everybody else out there is already doing. So you're not like with the blueprint, right? You're not coming into this as somebody with no experience that's guessing and hoping things work. You're following a system that's actually designed to help you to stand out from the competition and outperform them. So I take you through that step by step in the blueprint. Okay, the next question that came in is from Heather, and Heather said, how can I find a trustworthy supplier and get them to work with someone new? So yeah, Heather, again, I'm going to just keep reverting back to it because this is what my training is all on. But in module 4, when I'm giving you the actual templates that we use for phone and email scripts, those are the exact things that you're going to say to suppliers to be approved. So you're approaching it in a very specific way. I show you why suppliers want to open new accounts, the type of companies they want to work with, and then I show you how to become that company. So there's a ton of suppliers out there. Again, in the supplier directory I give you, there's over 8,000, but in the real world, out of all the possible niches, there's hundreds of thousands of suppliers that you can work with. Let me just check quickly. I want to see how many people we have enrolled so far on the 50 limit. So let me see. I see we have Donald got enrolled. Donald, welcome to Dropship Lifestyle. We have Johnny. Bethany got in. We have Jim. We have Steve, who upgraded with the web design package. Nice. Good choice, Steve. We have Rick. We have Julie, Shannon, Shaquan, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Welcome to Dropship Lifestyle, though. We have Miles, Sam, we have Tucker, Andrew, Jake, and Scott. So those are the names I see right now. So we're not at 50. And for everybody I just mentioned, let me just quickly say, thank you. I appreciate you. And I promise you, you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you log into the members area. And I'm definitely over delivering on what I just talked about that you get. You're actually getting a whole bunch more. And yeah, you're going to love it. And the way it works, guys, for everybody that did enroll and that made it to the confirmation screen, you should get an email in about 5 minutes. It might be a little bit longer if you paid using PayPal, maybe like 10 minutes. But that email is going to have your username and your your password, and you're going to use that to log in to the members area where, again, you get instant access to the blueprint and to all the tools. So you can get started right away. Okay, let's jump back into the questions. So I see here that Steve asked, how many hours a day do I need to spend on this business? So Steve, the goal, right? Once you're completed through module 7, you have everything set up and running and automated to the point where you're spending between 15 and 30 minutes per day to manage each store. That's when it's up, it's running, it's profitable. With that being said, if you want to do this in 21 days, I recommend spending a couple hours a day, and that time is going to be divided up throughout the entire blueprint. The blueprint follows a system, so you do start at the beginning and you work through it. And what's really cool is the way that I designed it is at the end of each module, there are action tasks. And this way, as long as you're completing the action tasks and moving forward, you're getting to the end goal, which is having a highly profitable semi-automated store. So if you want to do it within 21 days, my advice is dedicate a couple hours a day. Maybe that's in the morning, maybe that's your lunch break, maybe that's in the evening, whatever it is, but that will get you up and running with no problems. Okay, Joe said, I don't have time right now to do this. Okay, yeah. If anybody's thinking that, like, I'm busy right now, this isn't a good time, like I'm traveling or whatever, maybe you have something coming up for work or whatever it is, I would still highly advise you to go to dropshiplifestyle.com/go and get enrolled now, because again, you have lifetime access. And whenever you want to start the 21-day launch plan, maybe you never even want to start that. Maybe you want to work through this at your own pace. You have that option. So just go there now, get signed up, because this is your one opportunity to save over 50% real world money. Our everyday price really is $29.97. Like that, if you go to dropshiplifestyle.com, that's the price right now. But if you go right now to the special offer, you're saving over half, and you're getting those 3 bonuses because we're still not at 50 for the fast action bonuses. So you're getting those monthly coaching calls with me that you have for life. You're getting all those advanced modules that you have for life, and you're getting that welcome box. So even if you can't start for 2 weeks, just sign up now, because why lose out on an amazing deal that's literally right in front of you? Okay, Matt asked, how can we access the free workbook you promised? Yeah, let me share that. So for the download that I promised everybody when we first started, you can get this right now at dropshiplifestyle.com/launch. So I'm going to put that in the sidebar as well. Go to it in a new tab though, or a new window, so you don't miss the end of the Q&A, because we still have a lot of awesome questions to answer. But the workbook that I promised you at the beginning of this presentation, you can grab it right now at dropshiplifestyle.com/launch. And I will also follow up with you with an email to make sure you get it. You know what? Before we hop back into the Q&A, let me just talk about results a little bit, because I know, like, at this point, guys, like for everybody that's already enrolled, you get this. But for everybody that still might be on the fence, it's probably because you don't know if this is actually going to work for you. I'm telling you, if you do the work, it's either going to work or you're going to get all your money back. A few more examples. This was a screenshot that Matt posted in our Facebook group. He was just celebrating his first month over $100,000 in sales. Yes, this model works. This is Terry. He's celebrating his highest revenue day ever, where he got 3 orders. That's it. Only 3 orders for $7,170 in one day. Again, we're probably talking here almost $3,000 net profit. I would say at least $2,500 net profit. Here we have Brian. He was celebrating this month at $85,000 in sales. So yeah, the results are real. This stuff works. Before I hop back into the Q&A, I'm going to share a quick video with you from one of our members, because I love her story. I want you to see this, and then I'll be right back and we'll continue the Q&A.
Since I started Dropship Lifestyle, my life changed a lot to the better. I love the coursework because it gave me structure. It was easy to follow. It was exactly step by step you need to take first, and the next one and the next one. It was challenging, but I was so excited to learn it that I love it. So I started my first store in the end of 2014. It was right before Christmas. It was a good time to launch because a lot of people are shopping. I made my first sale probably within less than 2 weeks of launch. And I remember when I was at the gym and I got this text message notification that I got a sale on Shopify. I was ecstatic. It was an awesome supplemental income. And then I managed to quit my job and replace my income with the dropshipping income. It changed pretty dramatically. We paid off debt. That was the first and the biggest goal. Now when I'm dropshipping full-time, I'm my own boss, so I don't have to be on anybody's schedule. I can do whatever I want throughout the day. And usually I work out in the mornings, I can go for walks anytime I want. So grateful I can work from anywhere now. I don't have to go to the office, clock in and out. I can work anytime, anywhere. I get to make dinner with my husband thanks to Dropship lifestyle.
Within a year's time, she was able to leave her old job. She supplemented her income and eventually started making more than she ever made at her previous job. She made a believer out of me with the dropship lifestyle.
Another great perk is that we travel a lot, so we hardly ever spend more than a month in Indiana. I can work from anywhere I want.
So we've been able to go to Hawaii, we went to Orlando, we'll be snowboarding down the mountain and she'll be making sales while we're having fun.
So we travel without losing income, that's great. So I can visit my family in Russia. I can live my life on my own schedule and make money at the same time. Overall, the dropship lifestyle helped to change my life and I'm much happier now.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some motivation. You know, I can't, like, nothing makes me happier than the fact that I can hear Anastasia saying now she's happier now than she's ever been. And the fact that our mission statement rang true with her and she's a living example, just like thousands of our other members are, that this stuff works. So again, our mission is to empower freedom through entrepreneurship. What that means is that I want you to become an entrepreneur or to build a business that suits you best as an entrepreneur, so that you can have the freedom in your life to do what you want to do, whether that be hang out at home, whether that be snowboard all winter long, whether that be travel the world, whatever that means to you. I don't want that to be somebody else's decision of whether or not you can do it. I want you to control your income so you make that call for yourself. So let me hop back in now to the Q&A, and let me also just see where we're at with enrollments. I see that we had Amy get enrolled. We have Anthony, we have Chris, we have Ben, we have Phil, Matt, we have Charles, Heather, Mike, I think another Matt. I don't think that's a duplicate. If it's a duplicate, just email us at support@Dropship Lifestyle and we'll help you out. We have James, Kevin, we have Iria, I think is how you pronounce it. We have Rocky, Tony, we have Richard, Shannon, Philip, Joe, and I think that's it right now. So not at 50 yet, but yeah, everybody I just mentioned, and to everybody that enrolled earlier, again, you made an amazing choice. Keep an eye out on your inbox. You're going to get the email from me. That's going to have your login info and everything you need to get started right away. Also, you're going to be automatically enrolled into our mastermind, and you're going to get the invite link for our private Facebook group. So you'll be all set. Okay, back in the question box. I see Terry said, I'm trying to order and I have the funds available, but it's not going through. Okay, Terry, I don't know if I read your name out or not, so I'm not sure if you got that resolved. But yeah, all you need to do is just turn down the volume on the presentation and then call the number on the back of your card. Let them know that you're trying to make this purchase and tell them to pre-authorize it. And then they'll do that for you. And then you'll be able to try again and get enrolled. So yeah, just do that. It usually takes like only a few minutes and you should be good to go. Okay, the next question is from Ronald, and he said, are there any hidden fees with this business model? So Ronald, no, I mean, I'll give you, like I mentioned earlier, you know, really a few $100 is more than enough to get started. Where that money goes or could go is the platform that we use to build our stores is Shopify. They give you a 14-day free trial. The plan that I recommend is $29 a month, which is well worth it. So you do have that expense, but again, it's negligible in comparison to how much these stores make. The other expense is a domain name. So whatever you want to name your store.com, that you can get for about $9 a year. So also, you know, relatively inexpensive. And beyond that, if you're not going to outsource anything like like web design to us, then your only other expenses are ads when you're first getting started. And with ads, we show you, how to use these free coupon codes. And the goal is by the time you use the free coupon codes, you're profitable. So you're reinvesting money, but there's not like any recurring fees on our end or anything that I'm holding back from you or anything like that. You get it all. The only other possible expense would be if you do want to form a business. Like I mentioned, I teach you how to do this in Module 0. I go over the pros and cons. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. And if you want to do that, we actually also work with a company where we partnered with them to give our members free LLC formations. So no hidden expenses there also, just another bonus. Okay. The next question is from Seth, and Seth said, how much effort does this require? So that's, fair question. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this is a real business, so I don't want anybody to think they're going to click a button and become rich. You are building something real. I want you to think about this the same way you would think if you were opening up a retail store in a strip mall in your neighborhood, right? It doesn't take the same amount of work at all, and the upside is a lot larger, but don't think of this as a little thing that you're gonna click around and hope it works. Like, treat this like a real business. If you wanna do the 21-day launch plan, my advice is to dedicate a couple hours a day for 21 days. But then the goal is by the time you're using all of our automations, you can manage your store that's running, that's profitable, that's making you a good amount of money in 30 minutes or less per day. Okay, the next question is from Jake, and Jake says, is this a reliable business? So yeah, here's the thing, right? I've been doing this stuff since 2007, and what I'll say is it's still doing amazing for me. With that being said, what I was doing in 2007 is not what I'm doing today because things change, the market evolves, the way we get traffic changes, the way we optimize for conversions changes. So this is something that you're gonna build, and over the next 5 years, the way that I do business is going to change, and the way that I update the trainings is going to change. And whenever I learn something new, I'm going to share that with you. And because you have lifetime updates, so you're always going to get this. And as long as you're always doing what works, I don't see this not being reliable or going anywhere anytime soon. The name of the game is to always be a student of the business and always be learning. And that's what I do. And that's what I share with our members. So if you're a member, you follow what I say, then yes, this is a reliable business. Okay, another question came in from Susie, and that was about setting up the legal business. So Susie, yeah, I'm not going to get into that now because I have a whole training on it in Module 0. Again, it's optional. If you want to do it, we can get you set up with no fee to create a legal entity. But again, it's optional, and I go over the pros and cons in Module 0. Next question is from Jonathan, and Jonathan says, I need real marketing, somebody to handhold and delegate for me. Funds are not a problem. And implementation is the problem, and finding a niche working product. Yeah, Jonathan, my advice for you is go with the done for you store design option. I showed you how to do that earlier, but when you are on the website, dropshiplifestyle.com/go, that special link, make sure you check off the box for the done for you website. That's going to save you a lot of time because we're literally implementing for you. As far as niche selection goes, you do get the added bonus with this program, just like everybody else here, of the niche selection verification. So you don't need to leave it up to guesswork. We're going to work with you to make sure you have a good niche before anything is done. So that should definitely help you out there. Okay, Kurt says, I'm based in the UK but want to sell in the US. What do you recommend? So Kurt, my advice is, while you could do either, I would recommend you just sell in the UK. My answer would have been different a few years ago, but what I've seen over the past few years of Dropship Lifestyle is we have so many success stories now in the UK from people that are working with suppliers there. We have a ton of success stories from people in Australia that are working with suppliers there. So you can definitely make it work. We do have an additional bonus that you get, and this is what I'm talking about with under promising and over delivering. So another bonus you're going to see in your members area that everybody will see is a course called Doing Business Abroad, and it's going to show you how to modify the Dropship blueprint to markets that don't have as many people as the US. So you get that, and yeah, my advice would be do business in the UK, if that is where you're based. And for anybody that's in a country where e-commerce really isn't as established, I don't know, let's just say India or the Philippines where things are differently, then you can set up a business in the States and do business here. Okay, next question I will take is from Matt. And Matt said, how long does it take to make my investment back? So Matt, I can't make any income claims. Again, like I can't do it. I don't know you and it's illegal to make income claims, but I've shown you a bunch of case studies throughout this presentation, right? I've shown you screenshots where members are literally getting one sale that's doubling their investment back from what they put into this program. And we have students that have made millions and millions of dollars in sales on their stores. So there's not a fixed time, there's not a fixed amount. But what I'll tell you is if you're serious about this and you do the work, I don't see any reason why this investment can't pay for itself thousands of times or hundreds of thousands of times over in the course of your online business. So can't put any finite numbers for legal reasons. And because again, I don't know what you're going to do with this, but yeah, this is built to be a very profitable business. I mentioned that from the first slide of this webinar, right? This is about building a highly profitable business, a hyper profitable business, one that makes real money, not that you mess around with and make a few bucks here or there. So I don't know. I hope that helps. So with that being said, guys, we've been going for almost 3 hours now. So I'm going to leave it at this and just say it's time for you to make a choice. The first is you can just close this webinar. You can do nothing. You can go back to your normal routine and tomorrow will be the same. And so will next week. And so will next month. And so will next year. You can also take what you learned from this presentation and try to do this on your own and honestly struggle for years like I did as I learned the hard way. You can definitely do that if you want to. The third option is you can build your business with the world's best training, community, and mentors. And I'll tell you, I could only wish I had something like this available to me when I was first getting started, because it would have saved me tens of thousands of dollars. It would have saved me years of trial and error, and it would have gotten me to success faster. So that's what I want for you. So obviously my advice is you get started with me right now. It's time to bet on yourself and build a business that will change your future forever. Let's do this together, guys. You do not have to do it alone. You have my full support. You have our community's full support. All you got to do right now is click that button in the sidebar or go to dropshiplifestyle.com/go. Take advantage of this offer before the spots run up. If you have that webpage pulled open right now, my advice is don't close it until you make a decision. If you have to talk to your spouse or your business partner, keep the page open because when you come back and refresh it later, it might not be available anymore. So get that done, everybody. I wish the best for every single person here. I do see Terry, your order came through, so it looks like your bank was able to sort that out. So welcome aboard as well. To everybody that joined the Dropship Lifestyle family, I truly look forward to working with you and seeing you become a future success story. So thank you, everybody. I hope you got a tremendous amount of value, and I look forward to seeing you inside of the Dropship Blueprint. See you, everybody.